Wow, look at that. Starlina, happy birthday. I didn't think you would be here. Today is Starlina's birthday. I got to see her on the Zoom call yesterday, and I said, I hope you'll be there tomorrow so I can tell you. So happy birthday to Starlina. Mods, thank you for being here. I have a killer headache, and I look bad, and I apologize. I've been at the store today helping move stuff into my new booth and tagging and carrying heavy stuff. So I don't, it was a dress down day for sure. Charcoal Ninja. Hey, babe. Hey, Megan Roberts, Slot Puppy, Archie's mom. Hey, Diana H. Hey, Chrissy Twig. West Coast, Tennessee girl. Lachelle, welcome in. I don't recognize your name, but that's a pretty name. Hey, Monk. Nice to see you over here. Linda's here. Sarah Slater. Gemini Girl. I Rule. We. Hey, Meesall Smokes. Meredith Lynn. Hey, Don Pariso. Neptune's made it. I missed you guys. Hey, Cheryl Nolan. Really, Slot Puppy. What a weekend, huh? It was a weekend. Hey, Panda. Hey, Liz. Catherine B. Aspire to Inspire Solo Traveler, just as I am. Hey, Lumen. Joanne Hawley. Anna Banana. Sigrid. You're welcome, Starlina. You've been dealing with a migraine? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I woke up with a really bad headache today, and I've been trying to kill it with Advil, and I've been taking it throughout the day, but I have like this weird pain in the back of my neck. But that probably has to do with the fact that I've been lifting stuff all day. Thanks, Slot Puppy. You're cute. Hey, Buffy, Marie Marion, Kara, and Meridia, welcome. Hey, Holly, Anita Dutch. I was going to say, that name is familiar. I feel like I haven't seen you in a really long time, but you also might be brand new. I'm not entirely sure, but welcome. Hey, Miss Sassafras. Hey, Tammy, Squirrel Girl, Natalie Strasser, Lisa Renfro. Hey, Pepperoni Nips. Alicia. Hey, babe. Hey, Donna Cooper. Nancy, this is a thrift store shirt. It's actually kind of a funny shirt. I have no idea if it's real. Hey, Charity. Like a real news thing or whatever. Hey, Styro, I'll catch up and then I'll show you. Oh, that's Shell. Okay, you've been here before. Thank you, Archie's mom. Hey, Lydia. I know, I thought of him, Lydia. God, that's cute. You too, Lisa Renfro. Hey, Wisco girl. Okay, I'm not too behind. I should get one of those collapsible carts from Costco. That's actually a good idea. Hey, Mimi, I've missed you. I know you get busy with family. I hope you're doing good. Hey, Jerry Ellen. Yeah, this is from I got it at a thrift store, and it says the Huntsville Times, but I like it because I've never worn it. I found it today. Look at the back. Can you read it? It says, "Have we got news for you?" I was like, fun day to move stuff in. What's that? Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, you've been sick, Mimi? I thought maybe you just had your family you were taking care of. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Dang, Mimi, that sucks. I hate that you're sick. I'm very, very sorry. Hey, Michael Wincoop. Well, maybe I hope you get better fast. Hey, Ewa. Mods, thank you again for being here and keeping us safe. It's been a long time since my last live. Okay, so I do recognize your name. Hey, Patty. It's the time difference. It's midnight here now. Okay, well, thank you for the replay views. Thank you to the replay crew in general. I had surgery and I had a bad view. Oh my God. I don't feel like I knew that, Mimi. I'm really sorry. You're fine, Helena. Mimi, I'm really sorry. Good Lord. Prayers for Mimi, guys. Really, really sorry, babe. Hey, Sarah Blackshear. Paula J. That's okay. Hey, Lori Lee. Your dad passed away after a long illness. I've just been dealing with the crazy of being the executor. Well, I'm really sorry that you lost your dad, Lori Lee, and I'm sorry that he was ill for so long. But it's nice to see you. Thank you, Patty, for being on the replay crew. I know you got a lot going on. Lori Lee, you always have stuff with your family. I knew that. Okay, Mimi. Well, I hope that you're going to heal quickly. Just know that. Okay. I feel like a sneeze is coming on, but I'm not sure. Hang on. Sorry. Hey, Castrol. So we did our Zoom call yesterday, and that went pretty well. We did, gosh, this hurts. I just took another Advil, so hopefully it will kick in. Hey, Dip Me in Glitter. Okay, Monk, good to see you. Hey, Jen Finberg. Dang, this hurts. Sorry, guys. I know this is a weird look, but it must be. I was lifting really heavy stuff today, and it must be that. Hey, Ruth Anna. Hey, Hawkeye. Hey, Bunny. I can't say I just came for the cutest sneeze on earth. I've seen it. I'm gone. Have a great, love you, babe. That's cute. Diana H, I did, but I have not opened anything. I just got home, but yes, it is on my table. How was the call? It was great. It was a great Zoom call. Hey, Trace. We did about 11 hours, and I did not intend to go that long. I really would like to cut them back to about 8 hours, just because I think it puts me behind. I don't stay up late anymore. Oh, hey, Puka Vista, that sucks. I don't stay up that late anymore. So last night it was about 11 o'clock, and I was like, I'm trying to get on a better sleep schedule. So probably am thinking the Zoom calls will do more like 8 hours, which I feel like that's not cutting it too short. I know that sounds crazy to say, but yeah, Neptune's 11 hours is short. We've done 17 and a half hours is our longest. Hey, BB. Hey, old Charlie. Usually, like in the past, we would do 12 to 15 hours. I love that. Today's her birthday. Next to the surprise cake and card, needless to say, I was an emotional marshmallow. That's such a cute description. That is so cute. Yeah, we have a lot of fun in there. Hey, Kat. We really do, Neptunes. She's so cute. Jerry, did you guys see that short I posted today? New here, and I laughed so hard when you talked about your gynecologist appointment. Lisa, stick around. We have so many Lisas. This is crazy how many. I love it. All the new people are Lisas. I don't think Tommy likes me. Hopefully he still likes Scarlett. I rule. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. It was Buffy. Welcome, first of all, Lisa, and stick around because we talk about all kinds of crazy things like that. And I like to. What are you doing in here? Moose is in here. Hey, Angie Mo, I like to normalize that stuff. So it's important. We did. We had a really good time, Lumen. It was a good Zoom call. We went into a lot of different topics. We always do. And thanks, Karen. And it was just a good call. It's always, I know Hawkeyes, and I appreciate you. I really enjoy having you here. It's always an interesting call. And it's like, however I end a show, I always feel, hey, Julie, I always feel refreshed, therapeutic. And I know, isn't he cute? Oh my God, he just like passed out. It's, hey, Joel Sachs. It's always very therapeutic. And honestly, a lot of people said, like, this is they plan for this like once a month call. It's really important to them. There's a lot of people who've been coming to that call for over a year. I would love to see you, Archie's mom, but no pressure. Don't feel like you have to do it. Buffy. Yeah, Jen, it's cleansing and therapeutic. We all enjoy it. I mean, we've had people come and go. If you don't enjoy it, you don't stick around. But it's a nice group of people, and it's people all over the world, which is kind of cool. Honestly, I mean, we've got people, like I've said, Germany. At one point, Martin joined. He was in Denmark. We've got Australians. We've got people from the UK, and then a bunch of people in the US. We've got a lot of people all over the place. I do too, Joanne. Well, tons of Canadians. Speaking of Joanne Hawley, Lacey Silver, she's Canadian. So yeah, Robin is now Canadian. It's a nice mix of people, and it's just I agree, it's very healing. People really, it's like a nice sounding board. Jen Finberg passed out. A lot of people do sleep through it, but it's just, and the cool thing is it's the same thing as it is here for me, but I'm looking at myself, which I don't like doing. Hey, Linda Perales, I'm looking at all of you. We can all see each other, and that makes it really amazing. I'll get into that, Buffy. So, something I I want to talk about? Hey, Hot Mess Express. I've been feeling, so the last stream that we did was not my better work. Agreed, Catherine B, and I'm glad that you did. Yeah, it's a great community. You don't need to join the Zoom calls, guys. It's not a must. Don't feel pressured to do it. It's the same thing as here. It's just you guys are chatting with us in a chat, and on a Zoom call, you're talking to us via looking and speaking. I can hear your voices, which is amazing. I love that because it's nice to put faces to the names. But I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh, I don't ever get to go, or oh, I wish I could save enough money to go. Don't spend your money on that. Hey, Kirsty Collins. I always try to talk the current ones out of it. No, Maisie, no. But welcome, Maisie. I always try to talk the current Zoom callers out of it. Hey, look at this woman. She never sleeps. Armine. God, you're cute. She looked so cute yesterday with her hair down. Armine is so cute. So our last stream was not my best stuff, not my best work. And I kind of want to go into that. I'm not walking anything back. I'm not doing an apology tour. It's not anything like that. It's more, okay, Iwa, we'll pray for you, babe. Thank you for letting us know. It's more, I want to break it down a little bit. So yesterday, sometime during the day, I'm sorry, I have an ear infection and it sucks. It hurts. Hey, Ruby, thank you, Ruby. Sometime during the day yesterday, not all of you know who Nora and Marilyn, oh my God, that hurts. I shouldn't have done that. Nora and Marilyn are, but they're the people, Marilyn was the person I was talking about. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Marilyn was the main person. Happy birthday on Wednesday, Slot Puppy. Marilyn is the main person I was talking about on my last stream. Okay. Thanks, Neptunes. And I don't love doing streams like that. I've made that pretty clear, but I also make it clear when I'm doing it. I'm aware I'm doing it. When I ended that stream, I wasn't trying to like slip out of accountability and be like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to stand up for myself. Like I didn't do any of that performative crap. I knew I was being mean. I was aware I was being mean. And I went straight for it. So, hey, happy birthday to you tomorrow, Hot Mess Express. That's amazing. I guess my point is, I rarely do that kind of content. And when I do that kind of content, I do it with the intention of doing that kind of content. I don't back out of it. And I'm not trying to, I'm pretty clear in the message I'm trying to put out there. So yesterday, Mimi, yesterday, Nora went on, I was shocked, went on to Marilyn's channel. Marilyn is the girl who's a pretty big hater. She's one of those people that Marilyn is probably, I was saying this in my Zoom call, Marilyn is probably the biggest example of a human being. I've never seen this before to this extreme. To the most extreme example of a human being who can dish it out but cannot take it. I've never seen anyone be able to throw as many shots as she does, but then literally like folds the second you hold her feet to the fire or you try to fight back. She literally folds like unlike anything I've ever seen. Yeah, Lumen. And this got me thinking, and I watched the stream. It was pretty short. I think it was like 30 minutes. I watched the stream between the two of them. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's only on Marilyn's channel. And I laughed through it. Like I laughed pretty hard through it. But then after I watched it, she admitted that she started the hate against me. Yeah, well, here's the thing. She made it clear in this stream, and I do want to say this. She made it clear in this stream. She said, who do I attack? And Nora said, Marilyn, who do you not attack? And she named people off. And she said, like me, Reese, Liz, the other Liz. Hey, Mary Barons. And Marilyn said, and she admitted this, she said, All of those people came for me first, except Reese. Hey, women's warrior. And I thought that was interesting that she owned up to that. She doesn't usually own up to things. And it's true. I did not come after her first. And she went on about her just horrible friend, Hef. Okay. Hef is a woman who came on my channel years ago, and she's a real, like, kind of similar pick me girl. She thinks she's a real tough person. She puts on this like tough guy persona. She very much is like, hey, Annette Faber, agreed. She's just very, Hef is not the kind of friend I would pick for Marilyn, because Hef is the type of person that will find weak people and prey on them. Hey, Jody, if you understand what I'm saying, her mentality and personality is like chest out, like I'm a tough girl. Like she definitely puts off this persona, like I'll beat your ass kind of thing. It's performative and it's a little bit cringe. And way back when I was doing a funny stream, and I'd have to go back and watch to see what I said. It's been years. Hey, Wendy K. I was in my basement in Kansas City where I used to stream. So this was years ago. And I was, to this day, we talk about vaginas. I'm only saying this to catch people up who don't know what I'm talking about. This really doesn't have anything to do with any of it. But I was joking around, and I was like, from my memory, I was like, what does your vagina look like? Vagina, remember I was talking about flaps, and some people have 2, some people have 4. It was a hilarious stream. We were all laughing. And I was like, does your vagina have 2 flaps? Do you have 4? Right. So it was a very jokey, very just silly stream. Well, this woman sends me a picture of her vagina. And I made jokes about, I was like, people are actually sending me their cooters. Like, it was just still funny. The whole thing was funny. And things went to shit. This woman ended up like going into a separate, I don't know what you call it, group somewhere, and was like talking a lot of shit about me, I found out. And shock, right? Like she's that kind of person. She's hollow. Hey, Vicky Andrews. So her and Marilyn are really close friends. Marilyn and I had streamed many times. Like we never had an issue. I actually really liked Marilyn. And Hef has, hey, Lilac Lime, Hef doesn't get enough attention. So she, for years now, has gone selling this poor me story. Hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl. The reason it's not working is, so she's gone around like on Marilyn's channel, and hey, Robin, other people's channels, like, I sent you a picture of my vagina and you showed it to Tommy, and that's illegal. And it's not. I mean, Nora was right. It's not. You'd have to show that publicly. It's not illegal. Is it frowned upon to like talk about it and laugh about it publicly? Of course. Like, is it morally, like, that's not necessarily right? Probably. But my question is this. So Marilyn brought all this up, and Marilyn's like, and she did this to Hef, like as if this bothered Hef in any way, right? If it's so upsetting, why did they make merch about it? So they went on, hey, Deb, they went on Marilyn's channel like a year ago or less, and they called it like Hef's Cooter, and they like sold mugs with like a peach on it with eyeballs. So if like people are so hurt by this, why are we making money off of it? They actually like turned it into a grift, right? And like made money off of it. So I guess my point is, it's like the other day when I said, you can't minimize my story, call me a piece of shit, tell me it didn't really happen, then come out and tell your story and go, I was in a cult and this as a child. Like, it's, yes, Raspberry Beret, you're hilarious. Your story doesn't sound as sad when you're making fun of other people. So this is the same thing with the vagina thing, is it's like, if she was really upset about this, why'd you guys like make money off of it and make jokes about it? Because the whole thing was funny. To me, the whole thing was funny. So that's my point I'm making there. Does it feed her fire? Of course. Like, I don't think Marilyn, honestly, this is what I want to talk about today. I think she goes by Heifer. She was disgusting in her sex talk. Like, she'd come into my channel and talk about how she loves pegging men. So to sell this sad story of like, I sent my vagina and I'm offended that you showed it to your guy. Hey, Rhonda McNeil, it's hard to feel like that caused any kind of an issue. I think you're more upset that we don't still talk about you because you're just not worth talking about. There's nothing interesting about this woman. Again, I don't like men or women that do the like tough guy thing, and she's very that way. She's very like, I'll beat your ass kind of person, and it's like, oh God, like you make me sick. Ocean Girl, wow, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey Teresa, hey Wine. I think I don't like it more in women than men, to be honest. Like the biggest turnoff in a human for me is like that, like I'm a tough guy thing. It's like, ugh, get out of here. You're not going to make friends with that shit. Like, and honestly, when you have to act that way, it shows me how weak you are, right? Like, you're actually the opposite if you have to put on this like front of like, fight me, bitch. Like, okay, we're laughing at you. I just want you to know we're laughing. Yeah, Hef had a raging crush on Tommy. She was like open about it, that like she wanted to have sex with Tommy. Honestly, I think Tommy would rather be buried 6 feet under alive. So neither here nor there. My point is like they contradict everything they say. Not even the point of this stream, though. Stay with me. I think Hef is a terrible person. I think she's evil. I think she's disgusting. I think she likes to dominate men. I think she likes to try to dominate her friends. I think she's very into dominating people. And I think she picks weak people that she can intimidate and try to dominate. She's proud of it. She had a major crush on Sterling too, and she made him uncomfortable. She's that kind of a woman, though. Like she thinks she's got leeway to do anything. No consent. She was saying all kinds of disgusting shit. She's got a disgusting mouth. She's ugly. She's a terrible person. But yeah, I never liked her when she was in the chat. She was gross. You don't know how many people have said that. Like no one really liked her. She was trashy. You know what I mean? She was a very trashy person. Like I have no doubt that woman is like smoking a pack a day at dart night on Tuesdays, right? Total trash. Yeah, classless. I don't care about her. This is the first time I've ever talked about her in years. Literally, I haven't brought her up in years. I don't care. The reason I brought her up is because of this stream that Marilyn did with Nora yesterday. So if the real reason Marilyn hates me, and that's what she claims is the reason, right, is because I was mean to her friend Hef. Hef can take care of herself, 1. 2, I don't think that's the reason because, again, they made money on that. They made merchandise on that. Like, haha, Hef scooter. Like, they thought it was funny. So nobody was hurt about that. That's total bullshit. It's a lie. It's smoke and mirrors, right? Yeah, she came into the chat talking about her tits in less than 20 minutes. She's very, Hef only likes to talk about herself. Welcome, Lady O. It's very manufactured. It's very performative. Bucavista, good point. My point is I want to narrow down this talk yesterday, this coming together. And I'm shocked Marilyn even agreed to do it. And I laughed at it. I laughed at a lot of it. There was a part where there's like this big hater who, funnily enough, I love it because he's like, and they say they don't watch us. Of course we watch. Of course we keep track, right? I have to watch because I report stuff to the police. So I'm not trying to say I don't watch you guys. Hey, Vanessa Carroll, but the hater today that Marilyn was talking about was making fun of Tommy and saying how Tommy committed this crime or this act. And he was like, and tigers don't change their stripes. Well, then apparently you're still a Nazi, right? Because Marilyn tried to say he's not a Nazi anymore. He's renounced himself, but he keeps the tattoo because he beat up a chomo in prison, which there's no proof of that. He's never said what prison. He's never said who he beat up. He's never proven that. He just claims that. We don't know. But he says today, Tommy hasn't changed because a tiger doesn't change their stripes. And I thought that was an interesting point. Hey, MJ, I thought, well, again, the rules for thee, but not for me. So to your point, if a tiger doesn't change his stripes, You're still a fucking Nazi, my friend. And Marilyn's argument collapses. If the evil Nazi says himself, a tiger doesn't change its stripes, right? Then you didn't change. You're no different. You still believe in, and I'd like to say I missed this the other night. These guys, these people Marilyn supports, I couldn't believe this shit. It was on Tommy's channel. So he does this, him and his Nazi friend. They make these thumbnails about me, right? As if I'm supposed to be offended by this. Like, that's just another random ass Tuesday at Chipotle for me. But look at the title to this. 420, I guess, is Hitler's birthday. Happy Mud Flaps Marisa Monday and Adolf Hitler's birthday. Thank you, Wendy. Hey, Caroline. So I loved how Marilyn was like, they're not Nazis. They're not Nazis. Happy Adolf Hitler's birthday. It's crazy to me that, like, what we're even fighting here, because it's never going to come to an agreement. It's never going to change. The crowd is divided. It's not going to, nothing's going to break free from this. It's never going to get better. I felt something after I watched that. I did a stream with Marilyn. These are people that Marilyn associates with and supports. Like, she says they're not bad guys. And she got very evil and excited. And Nora pointed it out. Hey, Millie. Hey, Pat G. Pat G, what are you trying to win? I thought your channel was about helping people leave Scientology and help them. No, you got that wrong. My channel is about everyday life. It's a lifestyle channel. It goes wherever it goes, Pat G. That's why it's called Relatable Reese. It's not called anything specific about anything. So nope, you got that wrong. Thanks, Millie. It was interesting though to watch Marilyn, her creepy grin. It was almost like a cartoon. When Nora said he attacks Reese every day, and she went, yeah. And she was like, I love it. And I thought, oh my God, like, it's a bad look to associate yourself with racist Nazis. But then it's easy to react to all this stuff. And we've all been doing it since yesterday. People have been doing videos, and more people are, the crowd is dividing, right? And the hate is rising. Hey, Tiffany B. And I didn't sleep very well last night because I laughed through that video. Thank you, Cruel Spark. I laughed through that video. And I thought, God, she's so stupid. I just thought, what an idiot. She reacted through the whole thing. Hey, Kaza, she made no sense. And she literally, like, misdirected when Nora would try to hold her to something or back her. Hey, Olga, she would back her into a corner. And then I watched Marilyn just totally change. It was total non sequitur. She just changed the entire subject. Nora would try to hold her to something. And then she was like, did you have black eyes as a child like I did? And it was like, what are you talking about? That had nothing to do with any of it. Yes, Bella. And the more I picked through it and I really dissected it, I thought back to the first time Marilyn and I ever streamed. This was years ago. And I think I went on her channel. And I got along great with her. And there was a point we were talking, and I don't remember what we mainly talked about a little bit about me, but I was questioning her, and I was asking her about her background and her cult that she was raised in. And I said something that made her just burst into tears. And it was something along the lines of, I see that you're hurt. I can see that. I feel that. I see it. I see it coming off of you. And we both paused for a minute. And I think that she felt very validated. She started crying, and I just said, I see the pain that you're in. Like, I can see that. And I felt really bad for her. Stay with me now, because I went back to that moment in time and I felt terrible about it. In the moment, I felt really bad because it was like, do you ever like just burst into tears when someone truly acknowledges or validates something like that you're feeling or going through? That's what happened in that moment. Like she was like, I think she felt seen. And we did a few streams after that. And then this woman literally out of the blue like comes for me hard, and Tommy. And it's been a shit show ever since, and we all know that. But the point is, it's easy to react to what you saw last night and go, holy dog shit, like I did on Saturday. And I picked her apart. I made fun of her. And I feel bad. It's hard not to feel bad if you really, hey, Marissa Martin, if you really watch the behavior of last night. If you take out the words and you just watch this person, Marilyn, Sharon, thank you, babe. Thank you very much, Sharon. Welcome. If you just watch Marilyn, it's actually incredibly sad. And I felt really bad about it. And I thought, we are all literally standing around. She's drowning, and we're all standing around describing the water. I really saw that in real time after I thought it through, and I was like, this wasn't an act. This person snapped on camera last night. If you watched her go, I mean, it was sad to watch. I laughed at first, and then I was like, what am I doing? I'm fucking Satan. Like, what am I doing? She was like, you're mean. Everybody's like, she just like out of nowhere started talking about these bruises on her face when she was a child. And she was like, no, I don't matter to anybody. No one cares about me. We're just nobodies. And I was like, that's really sad. That was the real Marilyn. Those were the true colors. She has no coping skills, guys, none. Imagine having like, she's the most reactive person I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody as reactive as this person. She can't hold a conversation, and she couldn't. She could not hold a conversation. She was over here, and then she was over here, and then she was like way over there. And I was like, she couldn't stay on track. She was just like flailing. And I was like, oh, this is sad. I mean, now, was she shitty? Was she mean? Of course, right? Like, but you can't put Nora in the ring with Marilyn and expect that to be a fair match. It was not. And it wouldn't be to put me in either, although I would love to have the opportunity. But I really listened to what she had to say. I really, really thought it through, and I listened. And this person has very few friendships, from what I gathered. Nobody really supports or loves this person. You can tell. She said it to you. All you have to do is listen. She said it. She broke down on camera and was like, nobody cares about me. Nobody, like, I was abused. No one gives a shit. I felt really bad about it. Yeah, I get it, Rhonda McNeil. It doesn't excuse her behavior, guys. Nothing excuses the behavior. But what I'm just trying to say is I pinpointed that she is extremely, extremely hurt. Hey, Honey Lou, this is a very hurt, broken, abused person that has no coping mechanisms. She has no, it sounded almost like but if you just listen to what the message was behind all of that, you can listen to all of her words. And you can go see it, that it was annoying. And she was, the second Nora showed up on her channel, she literally was like a cat when a cat's freaked out and their hair is out poofed out like this. That's what she was like the whole time. She was like, body language, she was not ready for that. She was not in a mindset for that. She had not prepared herself. She doesn't have the skills to do it. I shouldn't say skills. Yes, Pat G, she doesn't have the tools. And if I had to guess, I think that this person drinks in excess. I think she may have a possible drinking problem. She was shaking like a leaf, Puka Vista. Yep. Women's warrior. That was the prime example of hurt people, truly hurt people. She was not in any place to have that conversation with Nora because Nora was up here trying to talk with her. And she was like, ah! Like she was just like, and I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her. I checked out and I was no longer listening to Nora. I was completely focused on Marilyn. And hey, chef. And I was just watching her body language. I was watching her behavior. And I was watching that she could not keep on track. She could not. She was bouncing from this side to this side, trying to misdirect and not have to answer questions. Right? She was absolutely like, Nora tried to tie her to something. And she was like, isn't that the same as this, Marilyn? And Marilyn was like, you sound really jealous. It's like, yeah, you're not able to even comprehend and listen. You're listening to react, right? She wasn't listening to answer questions at all. She couldn't keep her voice regulated. And it was an interesting observation. To me, I thought this person is literally drowning. And to her, nobody's helping. Everybody's describing the water standing around, just describing the water. She does project a lot. I agree. She should be nicer to people. Guys, there's all kinds of, we'll never know. We're not doctors. I'm not here to diagnose her. It was very sad. She's so broken, no self-esteem, none, and no friends. Tell me this person has friends. She relies on Hef to be her friend because they came from the same cult. But if she only could see, every person in her direct circle is using her. They're riling her up and they're using her to use her platform. None of these people support her. Hef is evil. Hef is not a friend to anybody. Hef is a disgusting person who likes to dominate people, talk down to people. She's a know best. She knows better than you. And she's very dominating. She does not see value in herself at all and has to get it all externally. Your heart is breaking through, Reese. No excuses for behavior. She hasn't dealt with her trauma. Baby steps. Nailed that. She hasn't dealt with anything. So I'm not asking any of us to go, she had it coming, or she should be nicer to people. Of course, all those things are true, right? Actions and words have consequences. Of course, she's getting what she's dishing out. I'm not saying she's not. She absolutely is. And she will continue to. Hey, Sherry LeBrun. But that doesn't change the fact that this person has no coping skills. She was severely abused in a cult, right? And she's never dealt with it. Eventually, the chickens come home to roost. This is why, thank you so much for the big super chat, baby steps. Pat G, your guess is as good as mine. Nobody has an answer to that. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, she said they came from the same cult. I don't know. This is why, and I said this yesterday in the Zoom call. So my ex-husband, Michael, Huxley's father, Charlene was born into Scientology, just like all of us ex-Scientologists. Born in, super abused, super neglected. He's 5 years younger than me, late 30s, cannot coexist in society very well now. Scientology did that to him. They left him high and dry. He's very broken. He's very shut in, shut down, introverted, and can't really operate very well in social situations. Hey, Renee B. Renee B, you would definitely be a medium, I would say, in that sweater. Hey, Debbie Gonzalez. Do you understand? So he was raised and born into Scientology, but can't cope in the world at all. He would never attack anyone. He would never hate on anyone, but he can't really have much of a conversation with you. He's got very, yeah, Rhonda, he's got very few social skills. Michael. I'm talking about Michael, my ex-husband, Huxley's father. Now, you take the rest of us, take, oh, thanks, Renee B. Liz Gale, take Nora, take Aaron, take Jenna, take Sterling, Serge, all these ex-Scientologists. And we all have one thing in common. We're very fucking broken people. And it all comes out how it's come out. You're looking at these second generation ex-Scientologists, and we all are acting out now because of our behavior and not behavior, indoctrination. You're seeing the behavior now. The indoctrination, right, in Scientology has brought us all to where we are now. I don't know, Neptunes. I couldn't diagnose that. I don't know. Aaron is now dealing with his shit the way he's dealing with it. He's aggressive, right? He's loud. He's hey, J-Bug. He's over the top, right? Aaron has that leader mentality and like, hey, Stacy, like Aaron has all that, right? That's how it manifests in his life now. All the abuse Aaron had, right? Endured. All of that abuse is now, oh, thanks, Nancy. I was worried. Hey, Christian, thank you for your super chat, babe. Happy days. I'm not saying he's not. All I'm saying is you see a whole broken mess of all these ex-Scientologists, and it's manifesting. Hey, Dylan, it's manifesting in the way it is. So Aaron is got the real loud, anxious behavior. His manifested that way because he's not dealing with it. Michael, my first husband, has been just destroyed by Scientology. He's the opposite. He couldn't go on a show. He couldn't talk to people. That's how it manifested for him. He's very broken. He's very closed up. He's very introverted. Me, I came out kind of being a mean girl, right? Like kind of just Scientological in that way. Like I don't need friends, right? And I was shitty to people. I didn't know how to be a friend. But I've been in therapy for years now, and I find this channel incredibly therapeutic. So that's how it manifested for me. And it still slips out. Hey, Abdazzle, it still slips out like it did Saturday night. My behavior Saturday night, while calculated, I knew what I was going to say, was still very Scientological. It was very mean. I found weaknesses about Marilyn and I pounced on them, right? I absolutely knew what her weaknesses were. I know even more of what her weaknesses are now based on the stream she did last night. No, Chef. Based on, hey, Trace, hey, Katie did it. Based on what Nora got out of her last night, she exposed even more of her weaknesses. And I preyed on those weaknesses. I'm not proud of that. I did it. I'm not taking it back, but I did it. And I don't like to be that person because that's who I used to be, right? So preying on people's weaknesses is not my favorite thing to do. And I always feel dirty after I do it. And I've had a headache ever since. And it's not who I want to be. It's not the goal in moving, growing, and changing going forward is not to play fucking ping pong with our haters till the end of time. The Nazi guy is nowhere on my list. I don't care about that guy. He's going to be here. He's dying apparently. So when he's dead, then we'll stop. But like, he's going to be here till he's dead. And according to Marilyn, like that may be soon. Nora said something about herself and Marilyn pulled the whole, this isn't about you. This is about me. Yeah. So I'm not really interested in playing this ping pong shit with these guys forever. It's not my thing. I really don't enjoy the drama. Even when I do those every once in a while. Hey, Jojo, again, I've said this. It's fun in the moment. It's fun to get those zingers in and be like, ha ha, right? But if I had to do that all the time, like Marilyn and her racist friends, I would. It's not for me. Dylan says, more importantly, there's something more empowering than trying to force the other to be who we think they should be, and that's being that person ourselves. Well, of course. Hey, mommers. Of course I was triggered, but I don't react like she does. I wait months and then I usually do a stream, and it's again very calculated in my mind. Marilyn can't do that. Her head starts spinning before the words even come out. Thank you, Neptunes. And all I'm getting at is I thought that was a very interesting observation that she like nearly climaxed when Nora said, Reese, hey, Courtney Ann, Reese gets hated on by this Nazi guy. And she was like, I know, I love it. It was like, woo, she really showed her true colors. She really showed that evil grin with a lot of things. And I mean, we all know that she hates a lot of other women. But I think hey, thanks, Courtney Ann. Thank you for the super sticker. I think, yeah, it feels good in the moment. It never feels good to me. It's a hangover. I feel hungover if I knew what that felt like. I know what people tell me it's like. But it's like a hangover the next day. Hey, HBH. So, no, she was giddy. Yeah. But she did. She really, really showed JoJo who she is, what she's about, who and what she is. And hey, Christine, while that's good and bad, I mean, again, she exposed all of her weaknesses. She cannot hold a conversation she can't be challenged, right? She just can have an echo chamber of like people who support her because she can't handle not being supported. She's got to have that validation. She has to have it. And Nora wasn't giving it to her. And you could see her face twisting more and just the body language, and she was shaking. She could not handle just a healthy conversation. She couldn't do it. She was yelling. Her face was like distorted, and she was excited. And like it was very manic. It was like a manic fucking meltdown to watch. And again, I mean, I was like, wow, you can, where's the clip of him renouncing Nazism that Marilyn claimed? Because he doesn't. He's a Nazi. They posted happy birthday Adolf Hitler 7 days ago. He's a Nazi, right? She lied. Yeah, but I really don't think, honestly, I think she's, you know how a kid gets in wrong with the wrong group of kids, and so they start behaving poorly, and like you hear parents go, he never acted like that before till he started hanging out with these friends. Abandonment woman screaming. Yeah, she's screaming for help, guys. She's screaming that she's never been seen or heard. And I believe that. And I think that she has gotten in with who she thinks is finally her team, right? No, she couldn't answer any questions, JoJo. She literally would change the subject and go, I have black eyes. And it was like, what does this have to do with anything? And to her point, you know, it's like, it's hard for us to feel, hey, Mad Drop, it's hard for us to feel sorry for you when you made fun of, like, for instance, me saying I didn't really get hit with a fax machine. But your story and trauma is real, right? She was an absolute mess. But I got to say, I felt bad for her. I felt bad because I don't think this woman has ever felt validated, ever. I don't think anybody has made her feel seen or heard. And I went back to the very first stream I did with her, and I remember saying to her, I see your pain. I see that you're in pain. Hey, Silver Lining. And I remember her just breaking down. She just started bawling. This was years ago. And I think she, for a moment, felt seen. And I felt bad that she was like, we're just nobodies. I'm a nobody. You guys are second gens. You're more important. I don't find that to be, I've never displayed that behavior. I think her team that she hangs out with now displays that behavior. I think Aaron and his posse of people are the ones who display that behavior the most. of like, we're the cool kids on Friday nights with pizza and donuts, right? None for you because we're cool. We're ex Scientologists and we put up our cardboard cutouts and it's all very performative. I think more she gets probably that. I doubt Aaron has ever said, "Are you all right? Tell me about your background and story. I've got all the time in the world. Tell me about you. You doing okay?" No, I don't think he's probably ever done that. I don't think has Aaron ever had her on his channel and said, "You have the floor, Marilyn. Tell us about yourself." No. I think the reason she feels that way is Aaron is Aaron, Aaron, Aaron. We all know Aaron is always going to put himself first and sell anybody else down the river. He would screw himself to get ahead. Right? Yeah, he didn't renounce it. We know he didn't. We know he didn't. That guy is a proud Nazi. He's said, here's the old 1488, my favorite. And I love how Marilyn tried to defend that and say that's his favorite because he got it beating up a chomo in prison. Where? According to him? Because he's really full of credit, right? He's got a lot of credibility. Do we know if this story is true? Has anybody tracked this shit down? I mean, he loves to put out lies about me and Tommy. How do we know he's a renounced? He's not. Can you show us? Can you, Marilyn's full of receipts. Where are these receipts? She seems to only have these receipts when it's on people she doesn't like, but people she likes, where the fuck are these receipts? Where is he said he's not a Nazi? Because his email is like tombailey1488@gmail.com. 1488 means Heil Hitler. So if he was a renounced Nazi, hey, Heather, why wouldn't you change that email at least? You can change an email much easier than you can change a tattoo. And his email is whatever, his name, 1488. So Marilyn got caught in a big lie there. And that's a big fucking lie. It's not something small. Show us your receipts. You're always full of she's so proud of these receipts, but she can't, like Jojo said, she can't answer a simple question. She's not well enough to play this kind of, the stakes are getting higher. It's a little late in the game to buy out now. And the heat's going to turn up on her because she's going to swing more and more. But she, like I said in the beginning of this stream, I have never in my life, and I mean this, I've never seen anyone before who can dish it out but can't take it as well as she can. She absolutely can throw shit and throw shots all day. But if you barely come at this girl, she's hysterically crying. She's crying wolf. She's screaming about bruises. I pulled my hair out. My mom, my family, a fire. She immediately puts all that up on the screen and goes, I'm just defending myself. It's quite something to see. I saw something today. Oh yeah, Aaron will absolutely throw her to the wolves. She will be no question thrown to the wolves. And you know what? She's welcome to come and talk to me if that happens. I will not laugh at that. I will not go, ha, we told you so. I will absolutely have a conversation with her and say, hey, if you're willing to call a truce, you're welcome into this cool kids group. Because he is no friend to her. Hef is not a friend to her. And I really believe this woman is being used. I think Marilyn is like tofu. She has no purpose, no taste, no nothing. But I think when you put marinades and seasonings, it absorbs with whatever it is. It tastes like whatever you put with it. Marilyn has zero, she's tofu. But she hangs out with that group, so she is that group. Have you ever heard you are who your friends are? You absolutely are who your friends are. Right? So I don't believe she was always this way. She went on with that guy, Doug, who passed away. I think she was a kind person. Her true colors were shown in the beginning when she kind of came out and she met everybody, and I streamed with her a few times. I thought she was great. And then all of a sudden, she started getting closer and closer to these people who don't give two shits about her. Like, that's not who friends. Erin is not a friend to anybody. Erin is a friend to no one, right? I mean, if you want me to read the list of like 23 people that were his friends in the beginning and now they're long gone, he has shit on everybody. She will be on that list. She will get added to that list. His own girlfriend has been added to that list. And then, you know, we drew a line through her name, and then we drew a line under her name, and then we drew a line through her name, and then we went back to drawing a line under her name, right? If Jenna can get thrown to the wolves, Marilyn, absolutely you will as well. And I'm not trying to save you here, but it will happen. And then you will be back to flavorless tofu again, and you will have nowhere to go. You can come here, because I knew your story in the beginning when I streamed with you, and I felt bad for you. And I could see it then that you had not felt heard or seen. I could see that pain, that, you know how we call her a pick me girl? Without take the sting out of that and the mean girlness out of that, she really is a pick me girl. Why? Nobody fucking picked her. That behavior, that treatment and trauma shapes who you are as an adult. And then the top is going to blow off sometime. And your behavior is going to manifest into something at some point. And that's what you're looking at with Erin now. That's what you're looking at with all of these people fighting, is the lid blew off. Hey, Jane. And you're seeing in real time now the hurt children that never dealt with their shit. That's all we're seeing. It's really not that special. It's not that interesting. It's not that conniving. It's not that manipulative. I mean, we can throw words all over it and label it and diagnose it as much as we want. Really, all you're seeing is a bunch of fucking little kids running around that refuse to get therapy, and they drink instead, or they do drugs instead, or they attack people instead, because they have no coping skills. They have zero tools to deal with it now. So we've got a bunch of 7-year-olds running around that are in their 40s and 50s. My ex-husband is one of them, but he can't have a conversation with anyone. Scientology broke him to where he can't be social. Erin is puffed out chest man, right? Like, I'm a leader of everything. Like, that's the way it manifested with him, right? Me, I'm not a screamer. I'm a crier. That's how it manifests with me. When I'm under pressure and I can't take it anymore, I just hysterically cry, right? You see it in every which way. You can watch any of us. And that's why I said the other day, why you want to chase around ex-Scientologists like it's a cool kids group. It isn't. We're a bunch of really broken children that were spoon-fed Scientology doctrine. And now this is what you're all looking at going, what the fuck? Who are these people? Why can't you guys get along? Why can't you guys do this? Well, it's not that easy. That's why. Because if we could, we would have. But things don't flip like a switch. Does anybody ever see Erin's behavior and go, God, that's kind of immature. It's kind of stunted, right? Because it is. He can't help himself. And that's the same with Marilyn. We saw it in real time last night. She couldn't even sit still. She couldn't have a conversation without here's what a Scientologist would say. I don't know how else to say this. She went out of PT. She went back in time. She went out of present time. She could not stay in present time. She got so traumatized in that conversation that she became a child. Go watch it and tell me I'm wrong. Don't listen to the words. Hey, Nora, don't listen to the words. Go watch in real time. She couldn't control her mouth. She couldn't control her face. She couldn't control her emotions. She laughed and cackled very nervously. That is a fucking 3-year-old in real time going. It was almost like watching maybe schizophrenia. Like, she went from this to this immediately and was like, I have bruises on my face. I had black eyes. face. Like, whoa, that's fucking sad. It was. It's not that confusing. I see a lot of you email me. Sorry, my neck is so fucked up. I see a lot of you email me or say it here. Like, why can't you guys just, why do you and Aaron do, why does Nora, did you see what Liz said? Now this person's off the board. Yes, you're looking at a bunch of kids, basically. It shaped who we are. We were dealt a really horrible hand. It wasn't our choice. We were choiceless. It was shoved down our throats, and we were highly abused, and we were turned into emotionless soldiers. Now we're grown-ups, and some of us took different directions. A lot of us took different paths, right? Thank God we're all out. But the fucking meltdown shit show that you're all watching in real time is not that confusing. Some of us cope better than others. Marilyn has zero coping skills. I did not think that Nora to me did a good job there because she didn't bait her. She wasn't poking at her, prodding at her. I actually kind of thought Nora would be more like, it's in our, I don't want to speak for Nora, but it's in our natural, we're very good communicators from the drills we did. And we're very good at finding somebody's weakness, using it against them or poking at them to make them melt down. I thought Nora was very like, Marilyn. Like she was even very like, white flag. I'm not like, she was the opposite. I kind of thought she'd go for the jugular. I might have. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But she didn't. No, she was calm. She didn't yell at her. And it was crazy to, like I said, for those of you that didn't hear it, you know, when you see a cat flip out and their tail was, Nora literally came on, and that's what she was like. I felt like she was like she was not prepared at all. And Nora could have really gone laid into her. It would have been a very unfair fight. But I thought Nora was actually very just logical and calm. And I felt bad for this girl because she was like, I'm not going to, like she just, and then eventually you watched her flip back down into this toddler. And they were talking about a subject that had nothing to do with any of it. And she was like, I had bruises on my face. I had black eyes and I pulled my hair out. And I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. She resorted back to that 3-year-old. And it made me not want to attack Marilyn so much anymore. It made me want to just kind of like put my hands up at all of it and go, you know, this is an unbalanced, you're dealing with someone who is so broken. There's no point in going, why does she do this? Let's analyze this. What did she say here? Let's dissect and zoom in. There's no point in doing any of that. Marilyn is not healed enough. She's not healed at all. She's not going to hear any of this. She's always in fight or flight. She's stuck in fight or flight. No, she was not in Scientology Moonlight View. She was in a different cult. I'm not sure what it was. Why does she make 50 videos about Reese? To be honest, I think Marilyn hates me more than anybody in this whole fucking globe of a planet. I'm not entirely sure why. I've tried to kind of break that down. I don't know why she hates me more than, I mean, it was pretty clear on her face. Like she was excited that a Nazi racist who hates women and says, happy birthday, Adolf Hitler, why she supports, like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, but she sure showed it on her face. Her face lit up with glee, right? When Nora said, he hates he does all this content on Reese. She was like, "Yeah, and I love it." I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's not normal. That's what I was gonna look for. I saw something and it really hit me. Did I not save it? I don't see it now. I might have sent it to myself on Messenger. This is something here, though, that I thought was interesting. The ability to do some foul shit and play the victim is a true form of mental illness. I'm not into diagnosing people. I'm not going to do that. That's not my place. I'm not a doctor. But if I had to guess, I think this woman, uh, I don't know this to be a fact. I'm just saying. I think she copes. I think the only way she copes is drinking. I think that she drinks in excess. Reese gets the most clicks. People do this for clicks on both sides of the aisle. Hate sells. Sadly, the trash people out of the gate as fast as hell without researching anything before they do it, which puts people in jeopardy, which isn't fair. Oh, that's absolute truth. That'll never stop. So as long as we're on the internet, that will always, always be that way. Um, that's something you either have to live with, you have to learn to live with, or not. And I've said this, don't be a YouTuber if you're not going to be able to stand it, because the bigger you get and the more you're liked, the more hate you're going to get. And there will be nothing that you can do about that. You might as well tie your hands behind your back, because there's going to be nothing that you can do to control the hate that happens. Are you saying Marilyn is an alcoholic? Absolutely not, Pat G. Did you listen to my words? Nope. I would not call anyone an alcoholic, Pat, because I don't know. And I said that. I don't know if you weren't listening or you're just trying to instigate something or be passive aggressive. No, I have no idea if Marilyn is an alcoholic. I don't know her daily life. I've seen her say things about drinking, and it makes me think she uses alcohol as a crutch. But how could I speak to that, Pat? Right? Okay. How could I speak to that, Pat? How could I call anybody an alcoholic that I don't know? I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to call people out when I don't know. Actually, there's a shitload you can do about it, but no reason to get into all that. Have a great night. I'm going drinking. Okay. Hey, Vince from Wisconsin. Yeah, don't hear what I didn't say. That's a great, great thing to say. Don't hear what I didn't say, Pat. I didn't say that. Yeah, there's a chance that Marilyn abuses alcohol. Simple as that. I wouldn't be surprised based on her reaction last night and her meltdown and her very little, if any, abilities to cope. Right? I think people turn to things when they can't cope. And I'm not making fun of her for that. I'm not. I hope she doesn't. But I wouldn't be surprised, because I think that she's had a really, really rough life. And I think that she doesn't have any fucking friends. And I have a feeling that deep down, she knows it. Yeah, I would never state anything as a fact, guys. I know better than that. And I wouldn't do that. I don't know Marilyn, not on a personal level like that. But I do believe that she probably, based on her behavior yesterday, it was just very, very telling. And it was very, very sad but it was very, very eye-opening. And again, she showed pretty much all of her cards and her weaknesses. And if I had to guess, she doesn't have much support in her life. And I know that she acts like her and her husband are close, but I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't great either. To me, that was a person screaming that I'm all alone, nobody cares about me, and I have no real interpersonal relationships with anyone. I'm being used to the left of me and to the right of me. That's what I saw. And I have no idea if this person's in therapy, but I hope that she is, or I hope that she can find a way to do that, because it was very sad for me. It was sad for me. It made my, I wasn't feeling great about my Saturday stream. And yes, Glenda, but I feel less good about it. I mean, I'm not taking it down or anything, but what I guess I'm trying to say is I don't know that I want to move forward with this. This back and forth. Hey, Lacey, this back and forth of reset this. Marilyn fired back. Now Aaron's in the fight. Now Jenna's saying shit, or whatever the future holds, right? I don't know that I'm interested in it, because it's no longer at all. Like, it's more clear to me now than ever. This is not a fair fight. You're looking at somebody who's actively in therapy. I feel like, of course, I'm not healed. I don't believe anybody's ever healed. I think you heal and grow until the day you take your last breath. I don't think anybody has it all figured out. I don't think people get to the top and they're there. I think you do it till you're dead. But I don't think it's a fair fight, because, I mean, I've always known that I'm not like psychotic and reactive like Marilyn, right? Like, that alone makes it mismatched, because I don't react to every single thing, and I can sit and have a conversation with people, and I can face the fucking music, and she could not, and her Nazi friends can't either. Again, the guy said today about Tommy, he's always going to be this way because a tiger doesn't change its stripes. Well, then by that definition, you are still a Nazi. Your argument collapsed on itself. Now, that guy is an absolute fucking idiot, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, she just got extremely, I mean, that was just, if therapists or behavioralists needed to study, that would be a good thing to study, is watching what happened in that calm conversation. It was not a fair fight. She came in with her cat hair just, and she just couldn't, like, she couldn't even keep her voice steady. She was shaking. It's clear to me that woman is extremely broken. Can't control a thought, can't control her body, can't control her face, her voice. She was so all over the place. It was unlike anything I've really ever seen. And I said this, but she absolutely, though, can then go live solo and dish it the fuck out, because she's got her, he did, Linda, she's got her fake friends to prop her up, right? She can't do it alone, but she's got people in the chat propping her up. But there's no way she could actually do this alone. She's a mouthpiece. Hey, Thursday before two, she's an absolute mouthpiece. I truly think Marilyn is like, you pull a cord in her back and she's got her script ready. Do you really think that she's truly hateful of all these people she really has nothing to do with? I mean, again, take a step back and take a look at this. Is she fighting really for that, or is she fighting for the people who are telling her to fight? And as far as her stupid, disgusting trash friend Hef being all hurt feelings about sending me a picture of her vagina into the house of a minor, not my fault. But then trying to make it sound like that hurt her feelings. But then they made merchandise and mugs and t-shirts of Hef's vagina. They literally cashed in on it. Don't tell me you're hurt by that. And don't tell me that's what our beef is. Marilyn and I didn't have a beef. We still don't have a beef. She was told to have a beef with me. She aligned, it's an alliance. She aligned herself with the most evil of evil people. Nobody's more evil than a woman and child hating Nazi racist. There's nothing more evil than that. Yes, Joel. Hey, Sarasota Blend. Yes, Paula D. I absolutely believe she's being controlled. Right. Rhonda McNeil, I agree with that. We need to talk about something happy because I look sad. Jerry, I'm not sad at all. And I'm not going to talk about anything else on this stream. It would be weird to switch to something else, but I've been saying this for weeks and weeks. This isn't so much about Marilyn. I'm very interested in human behavior. If I could go back in time, I would be a therapist. I would love, love, love to be a therapist. But this to me is about, hey, Just Joan. This to me is about just let your guard down and go watch her. The human behavior side of this, it's very sad to watch. And it's sad to see her. Thank you, Jerry Ellen. It's sad to see her decline so much in that conversation and become that child that's lashing out and screaming. It was so obvious to me watching her say, like, nobody cares about me. You don't care. I was abused. I had black eyes. Guys, those are wounds that are fresh, bleeding wounds that she was literally setting on the table. Plop, plop, plop. How can you make fun of that? Once you see it, it's hard to unsee. I'm not getting all, I laughed. And when I first watched it, I laughed. And then I was like, I'm a sick fuck. It's not funny. I think I laughed because of the same thing. Like she was like, I love it when that guy makes videos about her. I had the same mentality in that moment. I was like, ha ha ha. And then I was like, oh, that's really sick of me to do that. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. She was quite literally putting her wounds on display. Hey, Bree, welcome back. She was putting all of her trauma and wounds on display for us to see. She didn't realize she was doing it because she's that child acting out. That's that child coming out, screaming for help. She's drowning. She's drowning, and we're all standing around describing the water. And after I saw that, I thought, oh, wow, that's not funny. And I wish I could do something to help her. I'll never be able to do anything to help her. Even now, she's going to hear about this video and go, fuck Reese and everybody that looks like Reese. And I hope she's dead. And I hope Huxley's dead. I mean, that's how she is. And it won't affect me one way or the other. Won't make any difference because I'm not doing this video for her. I'm not doing it for you guys. I'm doing it because of the sheer sadness, but also fascination of just human behavior. And she really, really couldn't, her entire everything, she opened up to show us all of her wounds. She was completely vulnerable and she was completely weak and exposed. And she was that weak, exposed little child screaming and flailing and crying and saying, you don't care about me. I had black eyes. She said she had black eyes. That's fucking horrific. If she got hit in the face as a child, as a woman, as an adult, it doesn't matter. It's horrible. And I just thought that is so sad. Oh, Peace Lady. I remember you. You sent me a gift once. Well, get the fuck out of here then. You think I don't know you became a hater? Bye. Fuck off. I don't care what your opinion is. This isn't about you. Get the fuck out of here. Was it on Nora or Marilyn's channel? It was on Marilyn's. Hugs for you and all who need it. Thank you, baby steps. Thank you. It's perfectly okay. This is my channel. And Marilyn has said way worse things about me to all the haters watching. I think it's perfectly okay and within the boundaries of respect to say, I don't know if she has a drinking problem, but my guess is she could use alcohol to cope with this mess, this madness, this torture in her mind, because she's a tortured soul. I don't think it's hurtful or mean to say that could be a thing, right? It could be a thing. I have no idea. I didn't sit here and go, so she's a manic depressant. She's an alcoholic. She copes with this. I'm not playing doctor here. So, peace, lady, you used to be nice. You sent us a gift. Fuck off out of here and don't ever come back. You're a piece of shit. Get out of here. I'm done with people who are passive aggressive coming in here trying to be like, it looks like you're a bad person. We see through your shit. Get out. I'd much rather you just come in and be a hater. That's why I actually like our haters more than people who are like, I'm going to just passive aggressively like tuck into the chat and fuck off. We see right through you. Just you're better off coming and being a hater. I'd rather talk to you if you're a hater. Hey Shasta. Thank you for your super chat again, babe. You and Tommy seem down lately. Yeah, I mean, you got to think about this too. HBH, I don't know. It could be on my kitchen table. 2, she's good. She's snoring next to me. Tommy, I was talking about this in our Zoom call. And I'll let him discuss this. This isn't really, it's not my place to like put words in his mouth because I'm not going to do that. Guys, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You can play the my trauma is worse than yours, not the way it works. Yeah, trauma is definitely trauma. Hey, Jessamine. MJ, it's for the Fred and Gertie tears. I think that when it comes to me and Tommy, we're both content creators. And I think when people, it's hard because you can't control what people do. You can't control what people say. And that doesn't make it any easier when people spread lies and say really hateful shit about you. It takes a toll. It sucks, right? Like, how do you think I feel when people, damn, hold on, guys. I don't know. I guess I missed it. How do you think, like, it gets, It gets to be just kind of an issue when, it's like that stupid woman coming in here just now, peace lady, being like, I think that you should, or like, her passive aggressive bullshit. You know, you've got people like who she's defending, Marilyn, attacking me on a deep personal level as a mother. You know, coming after my kid doesn't really feel good. So, yeah, it takes a toll being a content creator. It weighs on you. And that's why the last few weeks I've said, like, maybe this channel has reached its point. Maybe it was only meant to be here for a season. Because to be honest with you, at some point, I know, I remember when Peace Lady used to be a peace lady. Now she sucks and she's awful. It becomes a point where I also think, like, financially, I don't know that this is worth it anymore. Is Tommy okay? Honestly, I haven't talked to him. I don't know. P. Taylor, I haven't talked to him. But it has to be fair. It has to be, at some point, this could burn me out, especially like if I don't make money anymore doing this. Like if I don't make enough money to pay my bills along with my other job, then I'm going to go do something that's better for my mental health. But right now, I make money doing this. That's great. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And I enjoy doing it. But there are some days where it's like, fuck, another attack on my kid. And it's like, is this worth it? Is it worth it anymore when, like, people like Marilyn are putting lies out about me and Tommy and Huxley? And it's like, man, I don't know. At what point do you go, yes, this just isn't for me anymore? Like I said, this ping pong, this back and forth, it's never going to end. So it's like, what do you do? My new advice to myself after I saw her video yesterday, I'm telling you, it really kind of shifted how I felt. My thoughts on this are, just stop. Not my channel. Just stop. Stop fucking with these people. Stop entertaining any of this. It's never going to change. He's a Nazi. He's a racist. She aligns herself with Nazis and racists. She's broken beyond anything I've ever seen. It's not ever going to change, right? So I think continue to create content that benefits me, that is good for the well-being of all of us, that helps us to grow and be better people, to shape us into better people going forward. And who really, at the end of the day, cares what some woman with a small channel wants to come out and say that's erratic, unwell, unbalanced, super reactive, super psychotic in her behavior? What am I fighting against? It doesn't even, it's like, not, I said, it's not even a fair fight. Same with the Nazi. You know why that guy doesn't go live? There's a reason for that. Why he sits in his mom's car with his daughter's sunglasses on, right? There's a reason for that. He can't actually deal with you guys live. He'd be eaten alive. He's a racist. He's a Nazi. Hey, Brandy Blast, welcome and thank you for being a member, babe. So Joanne says, Reese, you're absolutely right. I think it's a wake-up call not to say she gets a pass for things. She does. She is an adult and knows what she is doing. I have to say, maybe some grace could be given with her state of mental health. Bingo. That's where I'm at. I'm not saying, yeah, Moonlight, I'm not saying she gets a pass. She doesn't. Nobody gets a pass. Even in the afterlife, I believe nobody's going to get a pass. Nobody's ever going to get away with their bullshit. Whether it's here or you got to answer to the big man. Nobody ever gets away with it. I don't worry about that. She will have to pay for what she's done at some point in this life or after. But it's really not a fair fight. And I know, Glenda, It's not a fair fight. Hydrate, everybody. True. Her channel name should not be Coffee, Colts, and Crafts. I agree with that, Northvale. I do. I didn't even think about that till I just read your comment. That's what she used to do. It used to be this like friendly channel where she would sit there and yarn and fucking talk about her background. She was a much kinder, softer, approachable person. And now it's not that. Hey, Arizona Sunshine. So, Joanne, I think that's a beautiful comment. I'm in the same place you are. I absolutely agree with that. And thank you for your big super chat, babe. Rocks in a box. We will be here as long as you are. Love you too, babe. And thanks for being a member. That's really nice, Rocks. Thank you. So proud of how far you've come. Joel Sachs, thank you. I know it's like the middle of the night there. Thank you. Thank you. Love you, Joel. Her channel should just be cults. It should be fights, right? Like she loves to pick fights. I think Aaron's going to be very angry with her when he comes out. Yeah, I think she's going to have some explaining to do. Hey, Joyce Drager. But I guess the point is, like, let's just rise above it a little bit and take a look and zoom out. This is never, ever going to change. And you can never, I mean, Mel Robbins says this, guys, you can make someone a cup of coffee. You can make them laugh. You can make them breakfast. You cannot. Happy birthday, Joyce Drager. You absolutely can't make a person change their ways. Mommers, she's absolutely been hateful to so many good people. I agree. She has burned every bridge she could possibly burn. But what are the consequences to that? Who's going to make her pay for that? Not me. What do we do about that? Let me ask you this. Hey, Joan Marie. Ewa, because it caused issues and she didn't handle it well. When let me ask you guys, I mean, wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. I mean, I'm being serious about it, I'm not making fun of her, but like when a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6-year-old throws a fucking fit, guys, what do we do about it? Oh, nice, Joel. What do you do about it? We kind of just like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not, you know, ambulance is rushing and oh my God, like not letting her hurt others by telling the truth. I do too, Bree Bree. To me, that's what she is. Well, I think you need to be more specific about that, babe. I mean, if you want to come out and talk about it, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Thank you, Crafty Come Lately. I mean, I wasn't going to speak to that, but if you would like me to, I'm happy to speak to that. But I don't like to speak for others. Well, again, you'd have to be more specific. All of her hate, can you be more specific? Because I don't think people know what you're talking about. We tell the truth and not let her lies fester. But mommers, I mean, I get you, girl. I don't disagree with you. But do you at some point see, mommers, that this is just a loop? Yeah. So it's like, to me, it's like this. Marilyn tells a lie. We say she's a liar. Marilyn tells a lie, right? Hey, Mary Lynn. Right? So I guess I don't understand, mommers. It's like we're just feeding the behavior. At some point, you got to put a cap on it. That's how I feel about it. Like she's never going to stop. She's never going to stop. So I would like to stop. Does that make sense? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to keep going, "Oh, she said this." Like, I don't wanna report on this shit. No loop people will understand the truth. I mean, I like your confidence. I don't know when they will, you know? Here's the way I look at it too, is it's like the crowd is divided. The crowd is divided, right? Like, right, yeah, Rhonda, the crowd is divided because people have who support Marilyn, people who don't are over here, right? Honestly, I'm asking you guys. I mean, it's like it gets you're in the chat. I'm here doing the content right now. It gets yeah, that's fair. And you know, this is not I think it's okay that you brought this up, but you did bring it up. And I don't know, you know, at this point, I don't want to speak for either one of you. I don't want to speak for either one of you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to think of what I want to say here. Yeah, you're chasing your tail. Absolutely, Honey Lou. I think Mommers is absolutely right. Um, I know, Nancy, and I know that, yeah. Here's the thing about that. So you dropped this in the chat. You obviously want me to bring this up, and I don't mind talking about it. I agree with that too, North Vale. I know, Jojo. I know. Guys, I know. Nora and I have spoken about this. Nora has apologized about this to me and then to Tommy. Nora misspoke about I don't know, 8 weeks ago or so. It was maybe a couple months ago. And she was, I know, guys, I know everyone's saying she was defending Tommy. She was defending Tommy. She was, but she said something, a couple of things. She said that hang on just a second. She said, I'd have to go back and watch it, but she was trying to, Nora was not talking about Tommy so much in this stream, but the stream that specifically where he's talking about this, Nora was going off about the bad guys, the Nazi racist guys. And she said something to the degree of, I don't care about Tommy. I'm not here to talk about Tommy. For all I care, he's a rapist pig. Something along those lines. And to be fair, and I would say this to Nora's face because I have said this to Nora. I've had many conversations with Nora about this. So it's totally open behind the scenes with Nora and I. To be fair, Nora has apologized, but you be the person being called that. It's a little bit hard to accept that burn and then be okay with it. And it really, really upset. I know, Mommers, I know. I don't think Tommy saw that. She fixed it today. She apologized and explained everything today. I know. I'm aware of that. I get that people misspeak and they say things and then they are, I know, Rox, I'm well aware. Rox, I talked to Nora. This has all been talked about with Nora. But you can see why he's still a little bit feelings hurt about it, right? And I really don't like speaking for Tommy. So why he said this here, I wish that he would possibly want to maybe do this with Nora or on his own channel. But I don't mind talking about it here. He brought it up, but it hurt his feelings and he's not over it. And I can understand both sides, right? Because Nora didn't mean it and she has since corrected herself. She has said, everything, right? It puts me in a bad spot for sure, Susan. But she has said everything she wanted to say. She apologized, all of those things. I get it. And that's easy for all of us to see, right? That's easy for all of us to say, right? But you be the one who those words came out. He's hurt by that. And one of the reasons he's probably really hurt, if I had to guess, is Tommy was abused as a child. Right? So to use the word rapist anywhere near the word Tommy, right? You can see how that would be a bit triggering and upsetting. Yes, Neptunes. So I understand, mommers, but we all have to accept apologies when they're sincerely given when we are ready. Yes, I agree with that. And I don't know exactly where, hey, Punisher, I don't know where he stands on that, to be honest. Thanks, young Stolly. And we all, I mean, I love Tommy. I get you, but he came in guns blazing. Well, Angie, I think you'd feel differently if someone came on the internet, and I'm not even talking about Nora anymore, but if people were saying you're a rapist, Angie, or you're a chomo or those things, I think you'd be a little sensitive about it. I think you'd get a little triggered about it. And we all know the internet's forever, right? So I see both sides, is all I'm saying. And guys, Nora and I have talked about this at length. So it's not like this is just coming out now. This has been discussed with me and her for quite a while. Yeah, I do too, Linda. Yeah, Sig Beats. If he's not ready, then she needs to understand. She does understand. Nora's a pretty understanding person. And I don't think that she's upset. I don't think that she's upset about that. She's aware that Tommy is upset and she feels bad about it. She has apologized and I get it. But I still, guys, this is the only thing I try to do. It's this situation or any this is what I was doing with Marilyn. Hey, Stephanie with the PH. I try to look through the other person's eyes because it's really fucking easy. And there's really almost no work involved at all to go, well, I would do this. Well, you got to get over it. Well, she fucks up and fucks around and yells at everybody else. Marilyn says this, right? Well, that's also like she's very hurt. It's obvious to me that she is flailing. So it's the same thing, right? Like I'm looking through Tommy's eyes going, how would you feel? How would you feel? Thank you, Rhonda. Mommers, I did. Yeah, I did. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, me too. It puts me in an awkward situation, and I can handle awkward even live on YouTube with 350 people watching. I'm not uncomfortable with this at all. I don't feel reactive to it. An apology doesn't erase the feelings that were hurt. Yes, an apology doesn't demand someone gets over it. Correct. So I don't, hey, Aloha Sue, I guess what I'm trying to say is it puts me in an uncomfortable spot because Nora has done things to help me, right? And behind the scenes, and she's been kind to me and nice to me. And she said those things. And Tommy is my love and partner in life, right? So it's tough because, well, I guess put yourself in that again, look through my eyes, look through his eyes, and look through Nora's eyes, right? Like she feels bad. She has apologized. He's not ready to accept that because he's triggered, right? Again, I think it's fair to go, not ready to get over that. It's okay, mommers. Again, guys, this isn't like shocker. This is yeah, Angie, you didn't invalidate anything. I didn't take offense to anything you said. I know, Marissa Martin. It's not an easy situation. It really isn't. And No. Well, I just texted Tommy, but he hasn't read it. Hey, Crafty Carrie. Right, Shell. I mean, for those of you that are just like, fuck this, or you don't understand, it's a tough situation because right. M. Christine, I understand. It's a tough situation, guys. And if you can put yourself, yeah, I went back and watched it, Jojo. Yeah, Northvale, I understand. I went back and watched it, and it was something to that degree. And yeah, Jojo, I mean, again, I've talked to Nora about this. There's no bad blood there at all. Well, that's sweet, Punisher. I didn't know that. I didn't watch his stream last night. I was on my Zoom call. Okay. Give me a second. 1 second. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. How do I do this? Give me a sec, guys. So, Tommy just asked me if he could come on. Yeah, Jojo. And Nora actually did text me like 2 days ago and was like, "I'm really sorry about this." She said it's important to get facts straight, and I apologize. So Tommy hasn't gotten a direct apology from Nora. Hey, Ghostwriter. I have said she apologizes. I mean, I didn't have her call him, but Tommy would like to come on, and I just asked him. I just said, I need you to be respectful, and I don't want this to cause a problem, but I think it's fair that whatever he feels like he needs to say is valid as well. This is not the kind of stream I wanted to do. I was here to talk about how much that impacted me, what Marilyn did, but it kind of goes hand in hand, guys. It's thanks, Sarasota Blend. It's the damn internet, and I really looked through her eyes and saw her pain. And thanks, Ghostwriter. And I understand it. And so Tommy's kind of experiencing the same thing. So I will absolutely let him talk.
Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
So I assume that you've been watching this and listening.
Most of it. I walked across the street and got some food.
Okay. And just to catch people up.
I'm lying. I bought beer. Sorry. Don't want to lie to you.
What?
Said I'm lying. I bought beer, but I did walk across the street. I bought food earlier.
Okay. So just to clear this up, we're not here to trash anybody. I didn't even trash Marilyn today. Just to catch this up, not everybody watches Nora. Tommy, Nora was doing a stream about Marilyn.
with all due respect, because you didn't see the stream, right? Didn't we have this conversation? You didn't go back and watch it. And if you did, you did it very recently because you said that you bailed off of it.
I watched parts
She
of it.
called me a rapist pig who was convicted of rape and sent to prison, but has done his time. And we should all forgive him for that. Well, that's not the truth. And it's, if there are people that say, hey, she really went out of her way to be kind to you. Well, that's great. But the narrative that she apologized to me, I haven't heard an apology from her. I haven't heard one word from her. Now, you can say, well, she apologized to Reese and Reese passed it on. I don't know if that's how apologies work. If you feel like you did something wrong, and if you're a content creator, if you put something out for thousands of people, the idea that you would say something like that without maybe chasing it down a little bit, right? I never did a day. Never did a day. So to say I went to prison and this validates all of the other people that hate. And I'm sorry that it puts you in a bad position. It would not put me in a bad position because we react to things differently. There's nobody on this planet that if they said that you were a bad mother or an abusive mother, I wouldn't take them off earth. But we're different. This is a friend of yours, and it's always going to be a friend of yours. What's difficult is I come over here and people go, Nora, you were great yesterday. Nora, you were great yesterday. It's hard to listen to because this woman said some really foul shit about me, and a good sized chunk of my audience loves her. That's a painful thing. You know what I mean? That's just a hard thing to deal with. And, if I make a screw up, and anybody that's watched The Lifeboat for any length of time has seen it, if I screw up on a Monday, on Tuesday, I make a video and say I screwed up, right? Boy, I screwed that up. I did a video. It was one of the largest videos I've done since coming back and doing true crime. And I reported that a man was a registered sex offender with 30,000 views on that thing and climbing like a monkey. I deleted it. And then I made a video apologizing to the guy because his father was a convicted sex offender and the two of them had the same name. But I ran with something that someone said, which is what Nora did. But instead of fixing it, she apologizes to you. And you're not the person that she said that about. She didn't do anything to fix it. And if she's doing something to fix it now, 6 weeks later doesn't help me much. I'm sorry, it really doesn't. That's out there. And all the people that ran with it and talked about it and all that, do you understand what that's like when you do this for a living?
I do.
You do. But the audience doesn't. And there are people that think I'm being a dick. With all due respect, no, I'm not.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Honestly, I feel a little bit like Nora should be a part of this. This is not, I would prefer it be direct. I really would.
My issue is not with her. Go ahead and bring her on, but that's not what my issue is. But go ahead and bring her on. I don't care.
What is your issue then? If it's not
my issue is that I have to live with the fact that you guys are tight as hell and that the chat's tight with her. So if you guys see me, Tommy leaves a message and bails out because I don't want to look at people that are going to defend someone that said this about me. And with all due respect, my wife has been defending her since the day it happened. It's a hard thing to deal with when I go, boy, this really hurts me. Well, it's her channel. She can say whatever she wants, right? Is that what happened or am I being a dick?
No, that's what happened. I totally see your point. I told you that I absolutely see your point. It puts me in a difficult position, but I do see your point.
How about my position? With all due respect, have you considered what the position is of me? Because I got to just keep eating the shit. You're in a difficult position because when she comes into your chat, you feel like maybe it's weird if you highlight her comment. But y'all are tight. I'm the guy that eats the shit and just keeps going like this for the last 5 weeks.
I know.
And everyone says, if you feel like you're going to explode, explode. This is hard. This is really, really hard, man.
I know. I absolutely know. I'm not just saying I know. I know how hard this has been, and I understand why. It's not invalid. It's very valid. The
problem is, what do you do if you stop eating it? Because I'm not a troll. I mean, this is not the kind of content I do. I'll do 2 shows every 4 years on a content creator because I talk about issues. But then I'm watching people delete comment after comment, rapist pig, and you're just going, son of a bitch, man. I gotta do this every 3 months.
Yeah, guys, for those, I mean, I think most of you are being very comforting and understanding. Yeah, everybody's saying they understand. Babe, it's very easy to understand why you feel the way you feel. Most people are not sitting here going, what would it be like if someone used those words against me? Can you imagine if that happened in your corporate office where you work in the lunchroom with 4 employees? You'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe they think that. This is the fucking internet. This is thousands of people that Tommy has to now deal with, right? Who think that or
Hold on. Can you put up Abdazzle for me, please? Nora would publicly apologize. We know that, man. Come on, right? Okay. She knew the day after she did this that it wasn't right. That was 5 weeks ago. But she's definitely the kind of person that would just come and apologize, right? If put on the spot and you can send her a link, I'm sure she'll apologize to me now. I'm sorry if I sound like an asshole, but that has a little less sting than it would have had maybe 5 weeks ago.
Okay, babe, I hear you. And you absolutely have every right to feel the way you feel. I hear you and I understand you better than most. Okay. It makes sense. And I owe you an apology for not taking it more seriously. May I bring Nora on?
Sure, please do.
Okay. Let's see, Gmail.
Lacey Silver, by way of full disclosure, I went to prison for possession of stolen property the first time, the second time for bank robbery, and the first time for illegally selling guns. It's not a very honorable thing, but it is what I went to prison for.
Got it. I actually, I think this is a healthy thing. I think this is a good thing. I think you are absolutely valid in the way you feel. Rox, I got a hold of her. We're texting. She's got a link to come on. Thank you, Rox.
Well, there are no consequences. I promise you that. No consequences. If you follow true crime, you will see 50 thumbnails today that says they caught the person that did Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping. And they'll put a picture up of her son-in-law. And those things come out 50 a day, like this. You can say anything you want on YouTube, and YouTube does nothing, and I mean nothing about it. It's their business model. You know, they view this as the town square where people used to put up a soapbox, stand up on the soapbox and talk, but nobody ever charged admission to the town square. It's a bad law, but I digress.
I agree with this. I think it's amazing you're open to this. It shows what kind of man you are. Here's the thing about Tommy that bothers me a lot. He doesn't fuck with people. I mean, I don't really fuck with people either, but Tommy really doesn't. He does true crime. You know, it's unfortunate because people under fake names can say whatever the fuck they want. They can say they're victims of him and he did this to me. They do the same thing with me, but they're not brave enough to come out, show their faces and say who the fuck they are. But it's the internet, and anybody with a keyboard can say anything under the name of Oreo642, right? It's fucking ridiculous. There's no accountability. And this guy really isn't, of all people, Tommy's not starting shit. So it's like, go for somebody else.
And, you know, just on the outside chance, right? Because what I did is sort of public record at this point. But if I shot her in the face and I did time for it, I mean, look at channels like Sammy the Bull Gravano, 19 murders. He's got 2.5 million subs because it's in his past. But because I'm not going to sit here and cop to something I didn't do, I'll tell you what I pled to and all of that shit. And I've done it so many times on my channel that I would like to blow an O-ring. This is not something I enjoy talking about.
Guys, this is understandable, his reactions to this. It's not like where they say Reese is a bad mother. They're calling Tommy like child thing. Pedophile. You try enduring that. These haters do that to him and it's fucked up. This is way beyond Tommy's a bad guy, right? You try being called those things. It sucks. So I'm going to bring Nora on and I'm going to tell the chat right now. My mods aren't going to fuck around.
Don't shit on it. It's not.
No. Nobody's going to be shit on here. So mind your fucking manners in this chat. And I mean it. Thank you for coming on, Nora. Hi, Nora.
Hey.
Hey, Nora.
Hey, Tommy.
How you doing?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have anything to do with you. So, you know, I'm just you know, here let me say this about that, about all the things. So I don't know what you saw or didn't see that happened. Hi, Toby. Hello. That happened on the stream with me and Marilyn last night.
Yeah, I wasn't on that stream.
Yeah, that's fine. You didn't miss that much. What I said last night was, I said it very clearly in about the last 3 streams. And I really wanted to clarify yesterday in my second stream that exactly what you had just said before I came on here about the charges and what the pleading was to, because in the past, I mean, people make shit up, they throw things around. Um, I have received countless emails from just anonymous people I've never heard of. I don't know who they are, sending me, you know, I don't know, you're a bad person, but blah, 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 blah. And as I've stated, like the only interaction that you and I have ever had was a day you and Reese were having a really fucked up day. And I called you and I was like, leave. And you're like, I'm leaving. And that was like basically our whole conversation. Outside of that, I don't believe we've ever actually talked or anything. We have no relationship. We have you know what I mean? Like we don't know each other. Like that's, and so when people sent me documents, I made a conclusion on that, but I staunchly disagreed with Marilyn and all these other people who have, and that's where I got swept up into the battle here with Marilyn and all them, because she was very directly using the pedo word, which is totally incorrect. I will die on that hill because it's not what happened. And as a mom of teens and things like this, like, it's important to educate kids. Also, the fact that like this happened, I guess, 40 plus years ago.
I was 16. Yeah. So
right.
Before 40 years in, I don't know, November or some shit like that.
Okay. So 40 years ago, that's a whole lifetime ago.
It is.
And as to everybody's, they just love to fucking look into your past for whatever reason. There's nothing else there that ever happened again of that nature. And so for me, I just go like, I don't personally understand what the fucking big deal is about that. I also, like there's just a lot of people.
It's like your bankruptcy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's not a thing.
It's something they can sink teeth into.
Yeah.
Well, also, and here's the other problem is that our prison industrial complex, as you're well aware of, is a fucking money grab that basically is there to exploit vulnerable people. And actually, it's kind of like a supercharging area for criminals, especially for young people who get sucked into the criminal justice system. In places like New York, where people sit in Rikers for 3 fucking years waiting for a trial that should have happened in 2 months or something, they actually end up getting exposed to far more crime and criminal element while waiting to handle their, total misdemeanor that's like not even a battery or anything. It's just stupid. They stole a candy bar or some shit. And now they're a full-blown gang member by the time they get to, trial. It's not even the same person. So that whole system is so beyond crazy. And when I look at other countries where once you're done with your time, that's it. No one ever asks about that. No one ever is like, oh, you were in jail for 5 years. It's like it's done. They just, as a society, they're like, okay, that person did their penance. We're done. And it's not a problem for voting, for job applications. But here, the penance is continual for like the rest of your life. And especially for people who love to hate people, it's a very easy target to bring up somebody's, alleged or actual criminal past, And as far as I knew, part of the lifeboat, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, was like you being very candid about elements of things that had happened.
I wish you would come. I wish you would have come and checked out what I had talked about.
But it was recovery then, or it was something totally else?
No, I mean, I discussed this particularly, and I held up the IRS codes because their narrative is this. And I'll tell you what's up. I don't give a shit. I got a blowjob, right? I was 16 years old. She was 15. Her father found her diary like 3 years later, and they come to my house and go, do you know why we're here? I was like, well, it could be a long list of shit. I was dealing drugs. I was doing all kinds of bad shit. When they told me what I was arrested for, I was like I was struggling to remember who this chick was. I'm not being disrespectful, but it's the truth. And I hired a very good attorney, and the attorney said to me, did this happen? I said, yeah. And they said, well, you're being accused of forcing her. I said, I didn't force her to do it. We were 8 feet away from an entire assembly of people in a high school. We literally snuck over like behind the curtain, and it was a stairwell. And, if she had screamed, if she had made a sound, 5,000 people would have heard it, right? 180 people would have heard it.
Sure.
So my lawyer said to me, well, we can fight this. Problem is, to fight it, you're going to get on the stand and said, you did it. I said, right. I'm cool with that. They said, it's statutory rape. And they love saying this is bullshit. I pulled up the NRS code. It's not anymore. Vermont got their shit together. But I pulled up the NRS code. And at the time, I had to plead to this. That means I get busted for statutory, which is 10 years. A 16-year-old and a 15-year-old, I'm looking at 10 years.
That's crazy.
I took assault charge, which is not rape. Rape is when you hold someone down and you do something that this is contact between my genitalia and some part of her body. And I pled guilty to it. And this was in the days before the internet. And I got 7 months, 9 months probation, something like that for it. I never went to prison, never did any time for it, and kind of moved on with my life. And it didn't really become an issue until later on in life when computers started getting, hot shit. And I started to be more of a public figure where people want to go back to. And the funny thing is, for the love of God, look at what I did after that, because I was a scumbag. This was a kid being 16, but go look at what I did, and I've copped to all of it. I've never not admitted to every single thing I've done, and I'm not being a dick. But what hurt me is you called me a rapist pig. If you remember that, but that's a hard.
I actually don't. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's just I don't recall why or saying that, but like understanding the circumstances of everything. Obviously, that was incorrect, and I shouldn't have said that.
Can I interrupt?
Of course you can.
If I recall, I'm not entirely
No, go. Please remind me.
But I think, Nora, what you said, you were going after the Nazi guy. And
okay. I was going after juice and
somebody I think in your chat was egging you on, going, but what about Tommy? He's a sex offender. And she goes, I'm almost positive. Then she went, Tommy could be a rapist fucking pig. That's not why I'm not after Tommy. Like you said, something like that. Now,
okay.
It doesn't change anything. I'm just giving you context. I'm giving you context.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that, words matter and context matters and intention matters. And the thing I want to say about that is that, I shouldn't have said, I even said the other night, I think that, I take things like that very seriously. And when I'm, that was a reactionary response, and it was not, an informed response in the way to respond to that. Like, I've never, like I said, admittedly, I've never had this conversation or really any conversation with you, Tommy. And I should have had taken the time to have a real conversation with you and do exactly what we just did right now and not spoken out of turn about it, because it's just piling on more shit where it doesn't need to be piled on. To be fair to everybody in the audience, I don't know Tommy. I don't know anything about him. Hello. Hi, I love you. And, to do that is part of like what's happening right now with all these fucking wackadoos that are just invading and like trying to just destroy everybody right now, where it's just all this like tsunamis of accusations. And then of course they're very electrifying, and upsetting. And so it's easy to be like, well, I'm against that. Today I had people tell me I'm a Scientologist because I don't think children should be encouraged to do felonies. Like, okay, that makes sense. Right? Like, I don't understand how that's a debate, but I want to just like, I just want to fully say, I am very sorry that I said that, Tommy. That's incorrect. And I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Like, sincerely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe sometime go watch the video I did on it, because it's
I absolutely will.
I literally pull up the NRS codes. I pull up what they get, because their narrative is this. They go, he was 19 when he did this. No, what happened is I was 19 when I went to court for this. Right. There's a very big difference. Now, if I was 19 and she was 15, throw everything you want at me. But the world calls me a pedophile. And look, I mean, I sought out an attorney, and the attorney said, yeah, we can take this woman. And then I did a little research, and I don't really want to get into it with this woman at all, but I would be going after this woman to not get a whole lot of anything. And more importantly, I'd have to leave where I'm happy. I don't live in the United States anymore, with all due respect to the world, because of this shit.
No,
Like,
I
this-
get, listen, there's a lot of reasons not to live here right now. I get you on that. But the thing I thought of today that I didn't say because I was in the middle of trying to tell people to stop encouraging children to do crimes, but like the other thing that I realized today is that like, what about this woman? Like, this is 40 years now. Does she want to fucking bring this shit up and like keep? We're literally talking about somebody who may or may not have been traumatized. Maybe, you know, her dad found something out. Listen, I've been a
let's say-
daddy's girl. Her dad found
let's say-
something out. He pressured her. Whatever happened, happened. You went to the court and did the things that your lawyer told you to do, right? And then that was done. And who knows, 40 years later, she's probably like, oh my God, if these psychos keep bringing my name up, like her kids are going to find out about this or whatever.
On the bright side, maybe she's not on YouTube or whatever, but how about
God, I hope not.
going to the town that she lives in to try to find her? I mean, what kind of sick shit? Especially if you believe that this was something that was so traumatic for this woman.
Right.
You want to go and find her and go, hey, tell me about it. I'm trying to trash
That's what
this
I
shit.
was thinking. Like, why are we re-traumatizing? If like play devil's advocate, let's say you are the worst person in the world. Why would you go dig up a victim from 40 years ago and rehash that?
And
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and this is probably a shitty argument, but I do true crime for a living, right? It's what I talk about. So the average rapist, right, has 65 victims over the course of their life. The average pedophile has 120, right? So, when people go, yeah, he was convicted of rape at 26 and then not another conviction for the rest of his life. I usually question it because it's not about having sex. It's about bad wiring. It's about somebody who wants to dominate and they want to see fear in someone's eyes and all that sick shit. 85-year-old women don't get raped because someone goes, ooh, right? They just want to dominate and hurt somebody. And I do a lot of content on this, right? Mm-hmm. I spend a lot of time kind of going after these kind of people. I also walked the 3 or 4 of the gnarliest prisons on planet Earth where if this was real, I'd be a dead man. You never would have seen me. I didn't check in. I went to Lewisburg. And the funny thing is the Nazis listed all the prisons I went at because they thought that was going to be fun and they can't take it back. But you can't walk any of those prisons and be a sex offender. In fact, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Just because this is kind of fun. This is also my passport, right? And I did a show on this, and YouTube first took it down and then put it back up. But if you've ever traveled around the world, this is me. I had to get rid of everything.
Don't show it.
Don't show that, Tommy. They're going to screenshot it.
Blocked out. I got everything blocked out.
Okay.
I found out exactly what I have to do. None of my names. My name.
Okay, good.
But page 27 on every single one of these is there for if you happen to be a sex offender.
Oh, really? Okay.
Been convicted of that. And there's no stamp on that page. And I've done like 5 shows on this, but it doesn't matter how many times I deal with it. I guess why I was bummed, and I accept your apology, and I'm not piling on or being a dick, but I understand it from the Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, But I just thought to myself, I'm like, what the fuck did I ever do to this woman? Like,
nothing. I mean, that's the truth of the matter, and that's why this is something that I'm working on as part of my healing journey. Is that I mean, you're with Reese, so you understand a bit of the Scientology cuckoo-ness that is just ingrained in us.
With Aaron Smith Levin at one time.
Well, bless you.
Yeah.
And look at all 3 of us. We all used to be. Anyway, part of that is it's so drilled into you. It is so just programmed. It's literally programmed into you that the second something happens, there's no space. You program out the quiet part of your brain, right? So you're only operating off of your amygdala, off the fight or flight. So you've cut off your prefrontal processing, your executive function to be like, I'm going to think about that. Let me pause, ponder, or even ask a question before responding, because all of that is that's literally Q&A, question and answer, is a bad thing. You don't want to do that. Certainty. So it's something that I'm working on, that I've been working on in therapy and things, because it is destructive and it does cause problems for me. And then subsequently, unfortunately, for other people, because I'm too quick to, come to a conclusion or repeat something without verifying because it comes from a source that I trust. Oh, where'd Tommy go? Tommy left.
What the hell? He's gone. I don't know. He probably lost.
Probably his internet.
Well, he'll come back on. Nora, don't
Yeah.
leave. I wanted to tell you thank you for doing this.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. I know that adults can just have a conversation and it's
Yeah.
not big of a deal. It just isn't. And nobody's trying to get one over on anybody. Nobody's trying to one up
No.
anybody. And it's like, we can do this. We actually can set an example, guys, and not be hateful or I just really appreciate that. And I just said a few minutes ago, I mean, you and I don't talk much publicly and we don't say much about each other publicly, but you've done a lot for me behind the scenes, just therapeutically. You've helped me a lot. So you've never judged and you are a good outlet for me I mean, I don't know if you would agree with this, but I think it's important to have an ex-Scientologist friend when you're an ex-Scientologist.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It's not easy to do. There he is.
He's back.
I don't know what the hell happened.
I figured yeah.
Probably just internet stuff. YouTube has been really weird for like a month. I don't know what's happening.
Well, thank you, Nora. I really appreciate that, and it means a lot to me, believe it or not. I won't keep you guys too much longer. I mean it. I appreciate that, and it's a lot of this isn't you. A lot of this is
Sure.
that I've been dealing with this since 1986, and I'm going to keep dealing with it until I'm fucking dead. And the incredible thing is, I'll kill a fucker for doing something like that. And honestly,
I'm sure you would.
Prison jacket. I've got priors for stabbing people for this, so it's a frustrating thing to have to deal with. But you're just you're just one more thing that fucking that stacks up. And I don't.
And I'm sorry. I know shit's hard enough right now. Without other stuff happening, and I feel bad that it took this long for this conversation to happen. Hi, Kitty.
That's a huge bitch.
she is a big girl. Yeah.
She's a Maine Coon cat. She's basically a dog.
Oh God, those things are enormous.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel bad that it took this long for, just a conversation to happen, and your feelings are valid. And, I will promise you that I will be better about this. If I've got something to say, I'll give you a call and we'll talk it out or whatever. And, like adults, I mean.
Yeah, get Marilyn on the phone. The three of us can get on there.
I was going to say, I wish this would have gone as well as last night, but we
listen,
can't.
I went into that conversation not thinking it was going to be a kumbaya because I knew it wasn't, but I went into it totally willing for anything to happen. And she was, I think your cat, like the, was a good analogy. She was already at a 15 and she wasn't going to hear anything. And she's in a cult. I mean, like her reaction to me, I was like, this is like trying to tell a Scientologist that L. Ron Hubbard was not a war hero. You know what I mean? It was like the same thing.
Fiction writer. He was just a science fiction writer.
Yeah. Oh God.
I was the only person on the internet rooting for that thing to end. I knew what the next question was going to be. Didn't Tommy hold down a puppy and have sex with it when he was 9? I knew where it was going.
With Marilyn last night. She doesn't know.
Was that what? I've never see. This is how out of the loop I am in. I don't. What?
No.
She held up the questions, and the next one was like Tommy Scalville, Brett Miller, rapist piece of shit.
Yeah. At that point, I was fully prepared to say what I said in my after stream to set the.
What's it got to do with anything? I mean, this
but
is
also
who she is.
Exactly. It's stupid. You have your past and your current life right now in no way affect Marilyn or Aaron
or you
or
your
me
relationship with them. I had a red bike once.
No, and I've never blamed you or thought you caused any of the things. This bullshit. That's ridiculous. I mean, and
she takes her marching orders from a guy that probably needs more psychiatric care than the three of us combined.
Guys, just real quick, let's keep in mind, this isn't about us. This is about Marilyn.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, Marilyn, I agree with what you said earlier too, Reese, about it just being sad. It was really kind of sad. And then rewatching it today to try and edit it down, I was just like,
it's sad.
it's really, it's alarming to me
Yeah.
how not present she is in general. And then like, you know, not even just not the ability to not answer a question, to not like understand, and then just parroting things and just all the same talking points,
And
you
I
know.
also think it was true that she's like tofu. She takes on whatever the group she's in, right? Like you got to have a marinade for that. And she takes on, you are who you hang out with. Stop, Nora.
I've never heard the tofu analogy before, but it's kind of true. Then I just started picturing tofu like soaking up, you know,
She takes
whatever
on
the
the
fuck.
flavor of who's ever closest to her, and that's kind
It's true. It's true.
Hey, Lindsay. Yeah. So I'm really glad we did this. What
Yeah,
you guys do you want to do this every Monday or?
sure. Let's do it. We'll just get in here and shit talk about whatever nonsense.
I think
That'll give
there's
us some
plenty.
shit to talk about.
Well, we got like three. Well, Reese isn't technically Gen X. She's more of an exennial. Tommy and I are straight up Gen X, you know, because Reese is like, she's younger than my wife. So Reese is barely 40. She's a baby.
It's a
I'm
good
turning
thing.
50 in a couple weeks, Reese.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's crazy. Crazy.
You're
Yeah, no,
50 something.
I
Yeah.
was born in 84.
Jesus Christ on a cracker. Okay, you're only 3 years younger than my wife then.
Oh,
A
really?
year before my first felony, I think. All right, people.
Nice to
Thanks, Reese. I love you. Thank you, Marilyn. I really appreciate Marilyn.
Meryl. Okay, that's it. You're
I was
canceled.
reading it in the chat. Don't spit on me. I was literally reading the name, and I'm going to go.
Here comes the hate content.
It's okay.
I'm going to go before I really screw myself up. I'll be called a murderer tomorrow. God bless.
Nora's going to do a fireback video.
No. A fireback video about him calling me Marilyn by accident. I don't think so.
No. That was really nice. Nora, I just want to say thank you. He said, you get it. He said what he said.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be like, Nora filed bankruptcy. It's not, or Reese is a bad mother, which sucks, but it's like the Chomo thing. That's a whole different level.
No, fuck that shit. I'm not, it's bullshit. And that's what I originally pushed back on anyway. And I shouldn't have said anything else, you know, without talking to him.
Yeah, but this is what makes us all friends. Is like, you know, people, I always say this, people are going to fuck up. I want friends that fuck up. It's how do you deal with the fuck up? We all are going to do it. Or are you going to be someone that's like, it wasn't me, right? Or are you going to go, I shouldn't have done that. Move on. Take accountability and move the fuck on. It's not that big of a deal.
No, I think it's simple. I try to, but it's, you know, and then the problem is that because the internet is forever, which is kind of nice when you need to use it in that way to be like, actually, here's what you said or whatever. But it kind of also sucks because like, I'll have people literally like in my after comments today that are like, remember when you were defending Aaron? Like, are you so out of like, now you have no clue? Like, it's 2 years later.
Exactly. That's all people do. It's all recycled shit, Nora. It's like, Tommy, this was 40 plus years ago. Like, let's hold that against him. When a 16-year-old, how many kids were screwing around at that age? Right?
It was the 80s, man. That's like half of my cousins got pregnant that same year and they were teens. So
that's a bummer. But I mean, it's true. It's like I was 14 having sex with a 24-year-old. Like, I don't, not that that's okay, but I'm just saying, like, what are we doing? This was 40 years ago and he was a kid.
Yeah.
It's really unfair. It's a shitty thing to do, but they're going to keep doing it.
Of course they are. Because they can't, because they have nothing real to do. Like, I don't know if you saw, well, you've been on at the same time I was, but like I wrote to, and thank God for Audit. She gave me like everybody and their grandma to write to today inside of like LAPD, the commissioner, the mayor's office, the DA's office. And I fired off 2 emails about this whole, TikTok trend with the kids. And I read those emails. And before I'm reading them, I've got people, oh, you want Scientology to win. You love Scientology. Blah, 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 blah. And no, I didn't even name Aaron in those emails, even though I think his endorsement and encouragement of this activity is highly dangerous to children. I didn't throw his name in there right now because it's not the point. The point is Scientology is fucking shit up and these children are in danger and they should not be charged with a hate crime Because you and I both know there's nothing happening in the test center. There's nobody in there. And then I heard a little bit on streets over there with Natalie that apparently one of those kids a couple days ago ran upstairs and made it all the way up to the 3rd floor of that building, which is terrifying because that's where the people live.
Yeah.
And like, don't be running. That'd be like running into an apartment building
Yeah.
that doesn't have any locks on the doors.
Right.
I mean, this is highly illegal.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. It's
It's
not
just-
good. There's no purpose either. It's
No.
It's harming. It's literally counter.
How terrified would you have been as a Kansas City public, and you're just out there doing your thing, and you just had like a gaggle of teens just screaming and running and opening doors and doing stuff? Like, what would your reaction have been to that?
Yeah, I don't think it's right at all. I think it's really fucked up. I think it's super performative, and it's doing nothing for the cause. I don't think it's.
But when you were a Scientologist, what would you have thought?
If someone was running in like that?
Yeah, if they were just running, screaming,
I would have. That's a great question, because when I was in Scientology, that's when Anonymous was like outside with their protest masks.
Mm-hmm.
I remember being in session, looking out the window, watching them do it. And I was like, I don't want to go out for lunch. I wanted to stay in. I felt safe inside. It would have scared the shit out of me and thought, the real world is terrifying. I don't want to go out there. Safe in here. Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to ask me. It makes no sense. And I think it's really fucking wrong. I think it's to go in and scare the shit out of people too is like, it's really wrong. I don't support it at all. I think it's really wrong.
It's dangerous for the children. And then, if Aaron loves it so much, let's see your fucking kids go do it. You're going to have your girls go do that. Jenna, you're going to have your kids go do that? Because it's middle through high school kids. That's the range of their kids. I mean, like, that's insane. If my kids even thought about doing that, one of my kids is over there having a snack after school. If you thought about doing the TikTok run, what would I say to you? Would I let you do it? No. He's like, no.
No,
No, it's insane.
It's insane, and it's just super, super immoral. It's wrong. There's nothing right about it. And again, it's counterproductive. It's not helping anybody, and it's harmful to both sides.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not helping anybody leave. I can tell you that.
No, it's not going to get anybody out. It's going to make them stay in.
Yeah.
It's going to make them think they're crazy out there. Thank God we're in here. That's what it will do. That's the effect it will have. It's sad. It's sad as shit.
Well, now that we've done the icebreaker live, where I, did a international apology, we should do stuff. Fuck the haters. We'll just come on and talk about titties in the sun or something. I don't know.
Tits in the sun. No, I think that's a great idea. Maybe you can have me on sometime.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll just, we'll talk about being a mom in 2026 or some shit. Jesus Christ, it's hard out here for a pimp.
We could just come up with like some title, like The Talk or something, and I could have a list of questions for you, and I can.
I want you to hit me with the hard line questions, Reese. I want the in-depth questions.
I could hit you with some questions, and then I could misdirect and talk about. I could be like, "Have you seen my vagina? You haven't even seen it."
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, also, why was she bringing up your fucking vagina? Like,
because of her weird friend. But here's the thing: nobody got hurt over that. They made merch. They made vagina merch. They made money on that. They thought it was funny. So yeah, you have to. I mean, everything she says contradicts itself.
I know, and I just go like, also, vaginas are beautiful. Like, you're gonna get a lesbian to be mad about vaginas. What was she thinking? Like, she's not reading the room. I'm supposed to be upset because women were being vulnerable and like sharing their vulvas.
Nora, this is about my vagina. Let's keep it to that, please.
Okay. Is your vagina like extra special? Is that what's happening?
It's a hummingbird's nest.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
I don't think it looks like that. I've seen hummingbirds' nests.
I've done a lot of Kegels.
Okay. Oh, I see. It's toit.
Hot.
Yeah, ladies, do your Kegels. I am a firm believer in Kegels. Yes.
It's incredible. It's world class. I mean, on my other channel, I got voted in the top.
Top vagina.
Yeah.
That would be, you know what they should do? Instead of top model, it should just be top vagina.
Yeah.
And
It
you
was.
just have like a black screen, kind of black box, and then it's just.
Yeah, I was the 2022 winner. But we could do that sometime. I should just give you a list of questions.
Yeah.
Helena wants you to sing it if you're willing, and I love this song so much, and I love how you do it.
You want me to do the cheese stanza?
Like Josh Groban. Like you're better than Josh Groban. He's like, but he's strong alone.
Oh, it was a one-time thing. You guys are so funny.
But it's not. And it's not going to be. You're gonna have
you like the, because it's like, what was I even talking about? Was I talking about Eric?
You were talking about Aaron.
Right.
I went back and watched that like 10 times. Just to like, you were like, hi-ho, the stereo. The cheers stands alone.
Yeah, you gotta do it like Mary Poppins style, or it's not as authentic, I think.
It was so good. Also, We Stand Tall. Do you find yourself singing that?
No, never.
Why?
When I was on the prison slave labor camp, only things we were allowed to listen to was the Joy of Creating album and the We Stand Tall. So I can't.
What do you mean? It's like the best song. No?
I do love that Nerdology sketch though from SNL. That is
you really
literally the
you
best.
didn't sing We Stand Tall? That was like my favorite song.
Oh, it's better than Flag Is Here, which is basically the same song.
I don't know that one, but don't you love the piano solo in the beginning?
Oh yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I can't believe you don't like that song. Like I was thinking we could do a duet, no?
I'd have to bust out the words. I don't know that I remember.
You don't know the words to that?
Wait, hang on. Words from a book showed me the way to be free of the shadows of yesterday.
The choice of that
Freedom we all must pay from now on. See, we shouldn't say that. It's just like, because I don't know, there's something hypnotic and wrong about it.
No way, you hate the cult, not the fucking song. That song was good.
Do you like the Thank You for Listening song?
I don't know that one, but together we held our ground.
Lifted our voices one mighty sound. Marched through the halls of darkness.
What?
We stood. What? How's it go? It's something through the halls of darkness, right? What were you saying?
Struck down the walls of darkness.
See, I'm just singing my own shit the whole time. Who fucking knows?
Marched.
I was a squirrel the whole time.
Is that you marched through the halls of darkness? We struck down the walls of darkness.
Same.
We decided to take a
stand. So dramatic, guys. To defend the rights of man. And then you got to get really loud, right? Because this is the.
Yeah.
We stand tall. And this is where you see all the montage of like the B-roll that has nothing to do with Scientology.
It's so good.
No turning back.
No turning.
We found the way. And then that's basically the rest of the song.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh no, there's another thing, and then it's that like 20 times.
Yeah, but it's knowing the truth.
Oh right, will set us free
and take
us from clear to eternity.
Yeah, to a future we thought would
never be.
We
stood tall.
This is the best part. Now your legacy
is secure. And there's just a picture of Ron.
Yes.
Zoom in.
For we'll keep
your vision pure. Right, Charlie? Yes.
That's really good. And I knew you'd
Oh my God. Sammy, can you take her out? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my God. Tommy just sent me a picture and he said, I'm so glad I could bring you two closer together.
That's amazing.
Look at
That's
Nora
amazing.
there. Like, that's awesome.
We're getting into it.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Well, great. So where'd she go? Why does everybody keep leaving? Nora, come back. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for super chatting this. What happened to her? Why is everybody's internet going out? Am I here? Do I exist? Where am I? Yeah, that was hilarious. What are you doing? Why are you being sneaky like a Scientologist?
My wife called from upstairs. We have a 4-story house, so we have to like FaceTime each other instead of shouting up and down the stairs. So
she's doing a Marilyn.
Jojo, how dare you?
That was funny though.
Dare
you were like Farrell Cheryl. It was like gone.
She's like, out. Yeah, I can't say any truth about Farrell Cheryl because
Charlatan Cheryl.
Yeah.
My father was in a David Bowie video.
For 3 seconds.
Congratulations to your dad.
He also wasn't on the ship, bro.
No, but he was in a Bowie video. That's pretty fucking up there.
He was on cruise ships, just not any of El Ron's cruise ships.
I mean, to be fair, my mom boned the lead singer of Nazareth. So, I mean, and my
mom snuck into the hotel where the Beatles were when she was a kid.
See, that makes us pretty fucking cool.
They were fucking rad.
My mother boned the lead singer of Nazareth.
Sam, take the dog out. Thank you. Teens.
Great time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a different era. A different era. That's for sure.
Yeah, it really was. But I know I know this was not your plan, but thank you for doing this, Nora. I mean,
of course.
It was weighing on me because don't worry, I'm not going to become a lesbian.
So
don't worry. It's okay. I'm not a lesbian. I'm terrified of vaginas. Yeah, this was great. I mean it. It was getting weird because I think it was best to come from your mouth.
Yeah, of course.
I would relay it to him, but sorry, Jojo. I love lesbians. You know this. I just didn't. It was best for you to say it to him direct. And so when he came on my channel, I was like, I think we should bring Nora on because it's just not really fair to not have her here. So
I appreciate that, and I'm glad I got the opportunity, to say it to him. And I think we can just all. I mean, well, when I say we all, I mean like the three of us and the audience here in general. We're gonna move on from this, and everybody else who wants to continue to have a problem with it or now create a new problem, okay, have a great time with that.
Yeah,
not
gonna be any new problems from this.
Yeah,
it's over. It's done.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, it's over, and I appreciate it again. I really mean that.
Of course,
I'm glad. So, all right. Well then,
I'll let you get back to it. I'm gonna go cook dinner.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off here shortly, guys. Thank you, Nora.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you, Nora. All right, babe.
All right. See ya.
Seamus, quit being weird. I'm going to highlight your super chats. While you guys are here, please hit subscribe. That would be very kind of you if you would be willing to do that. Thank you, Punisher. And thank you, Joanne Hawley. Awesome how this went. You three did wonderful. Thank you, Trace. The cheese stands alone. You don't even care about her vagina. Don't you even care about her vagina? I don't hardly care about my own vagina, but thank you for super chatting it. Sharon Marks, we pulled it off, and thanks for being a member. Love you too, baby steps. Thank you for the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. Holy shit, I was pretty nervous about the three-way stream. Bravo for being adults, all three of you. And now Reese and Nora unhinged. I love it here. Well, Debbie, thank you, first of all, for the giant super chat. I think Tommy feels much better. I just want to say this about Tommy and baby steps. This is a great example of healthy adults handling a problem. So many could learn from this. Yeah, well, the three of us have done, are all in therapy. So that helps, right? And none of us are really hateful. Thank you for the super chats. I mean it. Thank you, Lumen. I was a little nervous too about how that was going to go. I mean, that was in real time. None of that was, planned out. But I am a big believer in resolving things with communication. And I rarely get nervous about stuff. I feel like I can deal with it. And I also know Nora, but I know Tommy really, really well. And I love you, Brian Bolin. Tommy is, I've said this 1,000 times. I love his heart. Tommy, whether you don't have to like him. I know there's people who don't like him, and I'm not here to convince you, but Tommy is a really good guy. And as you could see, I mean, his feelings were hurt. And as you watched, his face was upset, and then it went to relaxed, and then he was smiling. That's how you deal with real stuff. And honestly, I'd love to sit down and do the same with Marilyn, but she never will. And just having an adult conversation, we don't all have to agree, guys. That's the beauty of life. But my therapist said this the other day, and I said, that's weird. That's how it applies in the chat, my mods. Guys, he said, he goes, you can be upset. It's okay to be upset. People get upset. That's normal behavior. Where it's not okay is being hateful, right? Or mean intentionally, but expressing that you're upset. And that's what Tommy did. He didn't come on here name calling. He came on here saying my feelings got hurt. And none of you will ever understand. We all get hate. Again, I get hate. But to be called a rapist, to be called a child molester is a whole fucking level of something else. And so put yourself in his shoes. Look through his eyes. It's not so easy, right? Like, imagine being called that on a scale on YouTube, right? So I understand why he was upset. And I really am glad that, Tommy expressed his feelings. That's my favorite. That's why I'm so in love with Tommy. That's my favorite thing about him. We could stay up all night talking. He's very good at communicating, and he's very real. He's not fake. He's very, very real. Thank you, Carrie Ann. I've missed you too. I hope you're doing good now that you're all graduated, babe. Thanks for being a member. Liz Trick says, this was the right thing to do, and well done to all three of you. Love watching adults adulting. It's my favorite thing to do. Like, I would happily go on with Aaron. I would happily go on with Marilyn just to do the exact same thing, not to be friends, but to just hash this shit out. Right? I'm not trying to be anybody. I don't want to be friends with I got plenty of friends. I don't need more friends, but just to go from this, right, to this, and just go, good. This is over. We've hashed it out. I love getting into the thick of shit. That's why I want to be a therapist. I love getting into the weeds and really trying to figure things out and go, yeah, your feelings are very valid. Oh, yeah, I will. Will you check if I'm blocked? What's the other account called, Lindsay? It would heal the movement, but people have to be willing participants, right? Mad Drop and Nora and Tommy are two very, I would say, I don't want to say healed. Nobody's healed, but they're willing to heal. They're willing to do the work. They're willing to take accountability. That's all it requires to be an adult, right? Again, I say this a lot. I love people. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to be unethical. People are going to do things. People are going to say things they wish they hadn't said. That's all fine. That's part of being a human. What's not fine is when you don't deal with it. All I want is for you to go, hey, I fucked up here. Let's talk about it. That's what I do with Tommy. I'm like, I feel like I made a mistake saying that, and I want to discuss it with you, right? Like, it feels good to try to grow and take accountability. It really does. Yeah, Glenda, I mean, people have to be willing to want to have a conversation like that. And Marilyn is a great example last night of coming on. And like Nora said, she was already at a 15 and her cat hair was just bing, right? Like she's not in a well enough stable place to go, all right, we're going to lay it out all on the table and let's be adults about this. And we're going to hash shit out, and it might get a little heated, but by the end of this, we're going to be done with it. We're going to wash our hands and we're going to see each other's point of view and we're going to move on. right? That's what I'm interested in. And that's why I'm not a big fighter. I'm not a big hater, and I don't do drama shit. It's not my content. I'm more interested in what we just did. I'd love to be a mediator because I absolutely love going, let's discuss this. We both fucked up, right? I've said horrific things about Marilyn. She has said horrific things about me. Neither one of us are right. I'm not sitting here going, she's the bad one. That's what she's doing to me. Marilyn's going, I didn't do anything. I'm just here existing. Look over there. I'm not doing that. I've fucked up all kinds of stuff. It's being a content creator is not an easy thing to do. And it's a job, and I have messed up, right? And I'm here to say I've messed up. And I feel bad about the stream I did the other night on her. I made fun of her childhood insecurities and traumas like she did to me. Does that make it okay? Does that make it okay? Like, well, she did it to you. No, it doesn't. I don't want to stoop to that level. And I'll never do it again. I'm never going to make fun of that stuff again. So while you're here, please hit subscribe. Please hit. I bet I lost a lot of subscribers. Yep. I lost quite a bit of subscribers over this. That's okay. That happens. For those of you that are not normally here or don't hit subscribe, please hit subscribe. When I sit down for a conversation with Susie Oberholtz, I would sit down for a conversation with the BTK killer. Yeah, I would sit down with Susie. Absolutely, I would. I would sit down with the Nazis just for fun, right? I don't even know those guys. But yeah, I would. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I talk to everybody, whether it be here or out in public. I get everybody's name. I want to get to know you. I want to know your background. Yes, I would talk to anyone. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. If Marilyn reached out to me and said, let's talk. Yeah, I lost subs over this week. If Marilyn did that, I wouldn't go, no way. Of course I would. I don't have anything to hide, and I'm not uncomfortable having conversations with people. That doesn't make me uncomfortable to talk with people. But I'm not super reactive, and I'm not a screamer, and I don't flip out on people. So I'm happy to, I don't like people who listen to react, right? Like all they want to do is respond and react. I want to hear what they have to say and then listen and respond. Yeah, I lost subs over this. Of course I did. This is a controversial, not everybody likes Nora. Not everybody likes Tommy. So the people who don't like one, the other, or both are going to punish me by hitting unsubscribe. They do it all the time. People do that shit all the time. It's their only way of having any kind of power or control over me. So I want to say thank you to you guys for the super chats. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you for validating me, for validating them. Thank you for supporting. I hope you go over and subscribe to Nora. She's got a great channel, and so does Tommy, especially. I love his channel. I'm a mod on that channel, and I am very proud of Tommy. I'm really, really proud of him. He's an amazing guy. I'm proud to be his, and I tell him that a lot. I'm proud to be yours because I like how he carries himself. He's grown a lot, and I like how he handles himself. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Where the hell was Marlugo? She said she was going to be here. That's why I went at 4:45. Damn her. I'm going to have to send her a text. Oh, you got a job? Congratulations, Jamie Palmer. I love that. Jamie, that's amazing. Love you, Angie Moe. It was great. Guys, it's possible to heal in real time. It's possible to argue in real time. And nobody stepped on anybody's toes. Everybody was respectful, but we hashed it out. It is possible to do, right? Let's all just fucking grow up. Thank you, mommers. And pick good friends, right? I have faith in people. I really do. So that's how it's done. And I'm sure people will laugh at it and pick it apart, but I wouldn't pick any other people to be around. I want people who take accountability and are willing to have conversations that might be difficult. And think about the fact that conversation wasn't easy to have. If it was private, we did that with almost 400 fucking people watching us, right? I'm not scared. I love talking. I love when my mom goes, do you think you'll ever run out of things to say on your channel, Reese? I'm like, have we met? Are you out of your damn mind right now, Diane? No, I will not. I will always have things to talk about. I will yap my flappy trap forever. All right, guys, mods, I love you. Thank you for modding this. I'm sorry I kind of snipped at the crowd and said you guys will be respectful. I know you guys will be. I know this audience, and I'm not worried about you guys being disrespectful. I was more talking to the haters, but thank you for being respectful. I mean it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you all. I really do. Yeah, Jojo, time for bed. And I love you, you sweet lesbian. Yep, here comes Fred. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Thank you for supporting this stream. Please hype this stream, hit the like button, and for God's sakes, hit subscribe. Or don't, whatever works. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Night, everybody. I'll have a better shirt on.